Welcome, everybody, to the first game that I have run. I'm going to run out of the Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel. I'm Alex. I'll be the DM, and I'm going to read a quick description of this mission story that we're going to go on before we get into the intros of the players and delve deep into it. So, this is a level 3 adventure called Written in Blood. And the background is every year the Awakening Festival draws folk from across the rich expanse known as Godsbreath, uniting celebrants as they tell their history in song and set the course for the upcoming year. But the mood turns grim when a group of farmers suddenly turn violent. Manipulated by an unknown magical malady, in the aftermath, well-known trader Aunt Dellie fears for her goddaughter Kianna, a worker at the farm the attackers came from, deep within the outlying farmlands known as the Rattle. So that is the player's description. The characters don't know any of that yet, but that's our goal, to figure out what that's about. So, over to the DDG Tavern Hall we go. Alright, let's go left to right, introducing our players and their characters, starting with this thick PC right here.
Yeah, I'm Pie Guy, and I'm playing Brooke, the shifter barbarian druid.
Nice, nice. Next up,
My name is Mackenzie. I am playing Emma May, and she is a Kalishtar cleric, Circle of the Peace.
nice. Third up, we have.
I am Zero of the Fifth. I am playing Zero Starbrand. He is a rogue artificer, and he is Mark of Making, the variant human race.
Nice, nice, nice. And last but not least,
Good evening. My name is Avunakat, and I shall be playing Shars, who goes by Shay to those who feels like they know him. He is a very basic tiefling sorcerer.
Alright, so place yourselves wherever you would like in the DDG.
Oh, gosh darn it, sorry.
Alright.
Where is the controls for changing oh, there we go.
Alright.
Okay.
So we'll just go left to right. MMA, what are you doing?
Well, I'm fairly new to this area, just kind of ended up wandering my way here. I'm probably staring at a variety of snacks that I bought from the vendors outside. So I've got like these weird shaped fruits and maybe like a lump of dark brown chocolate and like a piece of caramel, and like I don't really know what I'm looking at. But I'm like slowly but surely figuring out, okay, they said it was food and I've never tried this before, so I'm gonna try it. So she has like an empty plate in front of her and a fork and a knife, and she's like picking up multiple different pieces of fruit and like cutting them into smaller pieces and just basically doing taste tests. Her eyes just getting wider and wider with everything that she tries because she just loves the taste.
Okay. Next up, Brooke, what are you doing?
Brooke's just hanging out. He's also new here, but he sees the bar, and he's just hanging out, drinking whatever they have.
Alright. Sharis, what are you doing?
Shars would also be drinking at the bar, but he would mostly be paying attention to the music, enjoying the rhythmic tunes, and depending on how well they're performing, he would tip them.
Alright, I'm just gonna roll a straight D100 to see how well they are performing. Pretty damn good!
Alright, I would, let's see, do I have? No, I would tip him 2 gold.
Alright. Zero, what are you up to?
Zero would be in this seemingly only open area where he would be looking at some papers and some notes he'd taken. He'd like to set up shop next to guild, so he's seeing what trade routes are available to source whatever materials he would later want to bring in.
Okay. So we'll say that you're starting to work on that. I don't necessarily have any trade routes in my brain right now, so we'll say that's something you can work on, and we can figure that out later, because I don't have any of that
Certainly.
right off the top of my head. So as all of you are hanging out doing what you're doing, everybody go ahead and make, for me, perception checks, please.
Get those out of the way early.
All right. You guys are gonna hate this token, or you're gonna love it, and I don't care either way because it is glorious. Um, so, as you guys are kind of hanging out and just enjoying your time, kind of the door swings open, and this creature covered in glowing lights, bangles, some chains, with like a spiked mullet rolls in with just this music that seems to be following him, and it is a giant glowbold. He is partying his
Oh
way.
yeah.
He is partying his way into the DDG. He's just dancing, and he sees the band, and you see him just drop down and start breakdancing, and he's gonna have like, I don't know, a plus 3. He's busting some moves, and he is busting some grooves, and he's spinning and dancing, and just hanging out. And eventually, when the music subsides, he stands up, brushes himself off, cracks a couple more glow sticks, sticks them in his hair, and then stretches out and looks around and goes, "Hey!" with finger guns pointing at everyone he can see, which are the 4 of you. How's it going? As he like dances between all of you, settles to right here.
You seem awfully bright.
Yes, because there's a festival and you should totally go.
Are there more people like you there?
There are people from all kinds. There are magic people, there are not magic people, there are cool people, there are hot people, there are everybody in between. There are cool kobolds like me who are magical, there are people that look kind of spooky like you. There are people from all walks of life. It's called the Awakening Fest, when you can awaken, well, whatever you want.
Off the top of my head, do I know of this festival?
You do not. This is the first time this Awakening Festival or any such enthused glowbold has shown their face around here.
Huh. I'm gonna ask him, where is this festival you're talking about? I've never heard of it.
It is in a different plane, a place called Godsbreath, in a town called Promise. You get there through a place called the Radiant Citadel, which I can send you to if you want to go.
Are there people like me? And Emma will slowly stand up, seeming very, very intrigued. Oh, he flipped directions. I'm gonna look over here now.
Yes, there are people just like you, I'm sure. And he gives you a really weird wink. As much as kobolds don't really have eyelashes, at least this one doesn't.
Oh, well, that's great, because I'm looking for a way to get home. So maybe one of them will be able to get me in the right direction.
Maybe.
I'll go.
Excellent. How about you guys? You want to party? Adventure? Have a good time? See something new and fresh?
If I look at him, is there anything on his person that seems obviously from out of this world?
Everything.
Everything?
He is a glowing kobold covered in exactly what you see him covered in. But he does seem... Go ahead, and anybody who... let's see. Shars and Zero, you both can make Arcana checks for me.
Okay. May I cast guidance?
Sure.
Okay. So I'll just roll it from beyond and then just add 1d4 on roll 20.
Okay. You're gonna be fine. Hey, look, it did it on the automatically. That's neat. It did the 1d4 on. Oh, you get it for your thing. So yeah, you both know with the 18 and a 28. This glow bulb seems to be glowing with magic. Like he is covered. Basically, all the glow lights that you see, the glow sticks that he's snapping, the bands that he's wearing, they're not normal. They are arcane spell components that he is utilizing for the dumbest reasons of looking like he's in a rave. But he is, for all points and purposes, you recognize him to be an arcane caster. And he's quite strong.
I am thoroughly intrigued. Count me in.
I'll join.
Alright. How about you, big man? And he looks up at you, Brooke.
Brooke takes the final swig of his drink and then just kind of grunts in agreement.
Alright, well. Everybody come close to me. Come. Surround me!
How small is this creature?
He is a kobold.
Give me a height.
He's gonna be 4 feet and 8 inches. 4 foot 8.
So I'm much bigger than him. I'm 6'4".
Oh yeah, he's maybe like stomach height to you, a little bit taller, with his spiky mullet, and it's a straight mullet, top to back, just straight spiked. There's a lot of gel in this mullet. He smells effectively like Axe body spray.
Ew.
Right. But he, having you guys all there around him, he hands all of you a glow stick and says, "Hold this, please."
Shay would take one.
I would take one.
Yep.
Emma would take one.
All right. So, as he hands all of you the glow sticks, he starts to cast a spell. And as he is casting the spell, you guys all feel some strange magic kind of surrounding you. It's almost like you guys are, well, it's like you're in a rave. All of these blinding lights start surrounding your vision. You start to hear these musical sounds, and then he goes, "Have fun," and he plane shifts all of you over to the Radiant Citadel. Whee! So you guys are up here. I accidentally deleted the name Radiant Citadel, which was right here, and I can't get it back. Whoops. But that's fine. Shouldn't have let me do that. Really? I know what I did. This is
Oh
why.
my god, we're gods.
You guys are quite large.
E5 thumb.
Man, it took away 2 things that I liked. I don't know. Things I needed are gone now. So basically this had Passage of Respite on it, and this said Radiant Citadel. I don't know where they went, but they're gone now. It makes me sad. So, you guys end up at the Radiant Citadel. And as you guys get here, you kind of end up in this smaller. So you're in this strange like open space where you can see the limits. So you are in this section over here. So it's like a giant field, but it's enclosed. Like you're in a dome, like an outside dome, if that makes sense. So you guys arrive there. And as you arrive, you see surrounding all of you are multiple jewels. There are 15 in total. You see these 15 jewels all glowing around you, and as you kind of look towards the entrance, which is right here, because you guys are effectively out over here, you see that there are 6 guards and what looks to be a robed figure kind of guarding the entrance. And as you kind of listen, you hear this guard who is, or not the guard, the robed figure who is asking people to pay tolls. Um, and I'm gonna put you guys in the actual Concord Jewels because this is just the picture of the Radiant Citadel. So you can see we're not gonna spend a lot of time here, but this is where a whole bunch of quest stuff could happen. I just wanted you to see the big auroral diamond and all that stuff. There we go. But yes, so you guys are actually here in an area surrounded by all of these jewels. As you turn back and look around, you see that you have exited out of, teleported out of a giant aquamarine colored gem, which seemed to hold a portal, but that portal has since receded. And you all get a little message in your heads from the glow bulb that says, "If you make it back, I'll be here to send you home." And you hear the finger snaps in your head, and the message ends. But as you look around, the 15 different gems that you see are all of different colors, and they're all made of different materials. You see a giant turquoise, you see a yellow quartz, you see a serpentine looking gem, a water opal, a fire opal, some ambers, moonstones, rubies, obsidians, pearls, and a few others. But of all 15 gems, there is one that stands out to you, and it is glowing and pulsating. It is this very, very large, very reddish jasper. And as you kind of stare at it, you kind of can make out some words that are pulsating through it, almost like a road or a street sign. And it says every few seconds it kind of pulsates the words Godsbreath, and then you see it kind of, the words kind of blow away like they're being blown on by wind. But you do have these 14 other gems surrounding you as well.
Being a cleric, Emma would find herself just going straight towards the God's breath and instinctively reaching out to touch it and gently questioning, "Sahanine, is that you?" And she will place her hand against the crystal.
As you place your hand against the crystal, you disappear.
Oh, I poofed it. Sorry, guys. I'm leaving. Bye.
You poofed it. Your party, you guys all see your friend or your coworker walk up, touch this crystal, and just disappears.
Well, I suppose we should probably follow our missing party member, and we'll just take care of introductions once we figure out where we are.
All right. Are you following suit and just walking up and touching this giant red gem?
Yep. I'm gonna
Alright.
poke it.
Same thing happens to you. You are just disappeared into this gem, and you have the two of you, Brooke and Shar. You guys are left alone in this crazy-looking place with two of your cohort who just, well, got poofed.
I think me and you should just break everything and go spend some time in the Radiant Citadel. I'm not saying that in game. I'm saying that as a joke out of game. We should screw everything up and go spend some time in the Radiant Citadel.
Let's see here. Can I try to launch a shocking grasp at the crystal? Just kidding. Don't want to do that.
There are guards. You did see them.
Oh, come on. I'm level 3. We can take them.
You could certainly fight them. I'm not going to stop you. You'll die, but I won't stop you to do it.
Scariest words the DM has ever spoken. You can certainly try.
More so than that, he just straight up said you were going to die.
yeah. In character, Shay does not. He was concerned that the raving person would be an accurate representation of what's going on, and it appears so. So he would like to be able to get back. So he would look at Brooke and say, it's too bright here. Hopefully this next place is a little calmer, maybe. and he would walk up and touch the crystal.
You walk up and touch the crystal, and you are poofed as well.
Can I try picking up a different crystal, like an emerald?
I will say of all these, surprisingly, there is no emerald. The closest you can probably come to that would be, like the serpentine or a moonstone. But these aren't like the size of your palm. These gems are like 5 feet tall. They're like floating, and they're
Okay.
medium sized, basically medium creature sized.
What happens if I touch the moonstone? I'm not just touch the moonstone.
You can certainly touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to go and touch the moonstone?
Yeah, I want to touch the moonstone.
You get a vision of a different place, but it doesn't take you anywhere.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Vision of what type of place?
You're gonna make me look it up, aren't you?
Yep.
Let me find it, because I don't know off the top of my head. I gotta dig through this whole book for this one thing that you want to know.
Did I not just say let's screw everything up?
You
and
did. Well, here's the name of the place that you touched.
That is a name and a half, bro.
That's a name, Jesus.
All right. Hold on. I can save you some time if you want me to just Google it.
Nope. You see that there are isolated city-states separated by tangled swamps and capricious river spirits. You see that there are urban regions here with humans, halflings, elves, and dwarves. And they are speaking common and some other language that you don't necessarily understand. There is a large bay. There are mountains around this region. But, yeah.
I like that place. I gotta go to that place.
I'll tell you that's the level 9 mission, so.
Alright, so if Brooke survives to level 9 and you run it, I would like a confirmed spot, sir.
Sure. Sure. You can go to Shankabumi.
Yeah, I like that place. All right, Brooke will, and so the gems are just spinning around. They're in the air.
They're basically just kind of, more so than like spinning, they're just kind of like orbiting this large space. This space is probably 2 football fields like across and in diameter. So it's a big space, but they kind of come closer to you and further away, and you can make your way around them without much effort. But they're all about medium creature sized. So.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Getting what he wanted from the moonstone. He'll go to the red one, whatever it was.
All right. So you go up and you touch the jasper, and you feel yourself disappear as well. And
that's the end of the adventure. We're all
dead. The end of the adventure. You guys are all dead. I hope you had a great time. I'm gonna give you a little bit of information about Godsbreath, the region, because that's the whole region that you're going to. Basically, generations ago, a land was plundered by enemies whose names are lost to time. 5 gods came together to save as many of the land's beleaguered inhabitants as they could by taking them to a new home. Those the gods saved named their new land Godsbreath in honor of the deities who brought them across the vast sea to a new life. These inhabitants banded together to build strong communities and protect themselves from danger. From one generation to the next, they share stories of their past, of their distant lands, of their ancestors, and of the unfulfilled promise of reunion with the ancestors left behind in a lost land. In Godsbreath, danger and beauty walk hand in hand. Along the southern coast, the murky, monster-stalked Nightwater Islands support tight-knit communities whose colorful houses perch on stilts. On the mainland, rising from the shore of Nightwater Cove, stands Promise, where you guys are heading, a town of brightly painted buildings and bustling trade. Northward lies a band of crimson soil known as the Ribbon, the source of this land's agricultural prosperity, which weaves through woods and floodplains. Beyond the Ribbon spreads the treacherous land of the Rattle, a territory that might hold the key to Godsbreath's future. Each year, Promise's streets fill with people celebrating the Awakening Festival, which centers around retelling Godsbreath's past and reckoning with its present. But every year, the struggle to survive becomes more dire as the land sickens and monstrous threats become more numerous. Why the land is turning against its people is a mystery to the people of Godsbreath, and a matter the gods remain silent about. As you guys kind of approach and make your way, as you're teleported about a mile outside of the town of Promise, you guys hear the festival. You can hear it from this far away, and as you start moving in towards the settlement, um, you see that the annual Awakening Festival is underway. The streets are alive with vibrant music, and the history of the land is just recounted over and over from different musicians and bards and storytellers. And you see that all of their performances melt together as random passerbys, who may or may not be a little drunk, join in the choruses, uniting the entire community in a collective celebration. You guys land here. There are lots of people on this. I just didn't want to put all the tokens for them. So there are people everywhere here in this town. You see that a lot of the stalls and a lot of the storefronts are showing agricultural importance. They're selling a lot of their products that they've grown, the crops they've grown, a lot of the things they have made by hand through weaving and carpentry and things like that. You see that the people here, they range from very, very white in their skin to medium browns of coppers to the near black of ebony. A lot have tightly coiled dark brown hair. You see both non-humans and humans. You don't see many that sound different from the people who are here. Everyone who's here kind of has the same type of tone and type of dialect. And you do hear that there is common being spoken as well as what you imagine to be a regional dialect of common. Kind of think about it like you are in New Orleans or you're in the Deep South, in that kind of region of the US, and that's kind of the feel that this town is kind of giving you, just to have our point of reference. So, but yeah, you guys are here, and you can buy things, you can get food, instruments, hang out. There are things that people are selling. You can talk to random market people. They're not hillbillies. They're people from like New Orleans. Hillbillies would be West Virginia and Ohio. There's the word.
I kind of tap everyone on the shoulder, as in everyone on the party. Do we want to pair up, or what do we want to do?
I would rather not be here for too much longer. It's too bright. I was hoping that it might be more of a dark rave.
Yeah.
Are you smelling meat?
Yes, you do smell meats.
Where's the smell?
Like right here.
Brooke ignores everyone and goes to the meat.
Alright. There are multiple different types of meats here. It looks like some more lean looking meats and a couple really fatty looking meaty meat legs. You can pretty much get a meal's worth for 5 copper.
Cool. I'm just making sure. I want like at least a giant turkey leg the size of my arm that has bacon wrapped in it.
They can do that.
I want that.
We'll say to wrap it in the bacon, it makes it 6 copper.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Go ahead.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Well, if our experience with barbarians and like-minded folk have taught us anything, we can probably find him there in probably 10 minutes. what say we just reconvene here in that amount of time?
Is that you guys can see where he's at. This is a very open kind of market area where they're partying, so you guys can see where he's gone. He's not super far. But
Oh, okay, so even if we stay in this general
yeah,
area, it's
basically
not like
everywhere that you can see, unless you go like over here behind a building or actively choose to like get yourself out of sight, you can pretty much see everything. It's a very open, very community welcoming kind of.
Okay.
They want everyone to be as involved as they can possibly be. Kind of.
All
feel.
right. Um, well, I suppose before we part ways and do a little exploring, I think we should introduce ourselves.
Oh, how rude of me. I'm so sorry. I thought I was being called by my goddess. My name is Emma May. I am not from around here. I think is probably well. I don't think any of us are around where we currently are. But I'm not originally from Virton City. But I came into town to visit and look for work and try to figure out how to get home. Yeah, that's me.
My name
Interesting.
is Sharis, and I need to go find someplace more quiet. And he sort of goes walking off without waiting for anyone else to introduce themselves. And
All right, I'm
as-
Zero.
Is there? You said that there's like music and everything. Is there like a stand that I know I said I'm looking for someplace quiet, but is there a stand that is like selling musical instruments or anything?
Yes, there is. This one.
He would go walking up to here.
You see that the stall owner is playing all the different instruments, putting on a show to show that their wares are effective and their wares do work. Like you go, hey, what would you like to buy?
I'm looking for something. Do you have a flute of a darker material, like a dark oak or a spruce or something of that nature?
I have a black walnut flute.
How much?
I don't know how much are flutes in the DMG.
Probably
Because
so-
they're that much.
Okay.
2 gold pieces.
2? Okay.
Yes. 2 gold pieces. And he holds up this very, very nice looking black walnut flute.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Alright, so 2 gold pieces, and you now have a black walnut flute.
And then I would. Is there? What's this up here?
It is another stall. It's a little quieter there, but not much, since this guy over here is playing music. But this stall up here, they are selling small straw dolls wearing colorful shirts and dresses, but they also have a sign that says that you can make them to resemble whoever you want.
Creepy. Does this place back where we originally came in? Does it look more quiet?
It was about as noisy as everywhere else. I mean, you could sit there and probably tune out some of the noises, but the crowds kind of shift through the town, and they're just singing the praises of the Awakening Festival. So if you sat there for a few minutes, it would probably quiet down for a little bit, but it wouldn't be quiet for more than maybe 10 minutes.
Okay, he's gonna come over here and like sit in the shadow of the building and just like practice and play a little bit with his new flute.
Make me a performance check. You're getting used to it. You hit some
Used to
bad
it.
notes, you hit a couple good ones, but you are not really carrying like a great tune. But the amount of music and celebration that's going on, people aren't really giving you any like negative feedback. Everyone's just kind of cheering you on and see that you're trying to take part in the festival in your own kind of way. So, Emma and Zero, what are you guys doing?
I guess I'm looking at the other stalls, like maybe this one, this one, and these ones.
Yeah, a lot of them just carry local crafts, more food. There's a lot of food stalls. There's a lot are like roasted vegetables or fresh fruits and more meats, things like that. There are different instrument stalls that you can visit. There is one stall that has, it's like a used tool stall where you could buy like older sets of like carpentry tools, stoneworking materials, things like that. They're not brand new, they look like they've seen better days, but they are available for purchase as well. And then there are more just like handmade crafts that kind of show the history of this town a little bit. There are some dolls that are shaped to what they believe their god and goddesses look like, based on their retellings from history. You don't know if they're accurate or not because they don't know if they're accurate or not. So they look okay. So I mean,
Okay.
there's a lot of handicrafts going on, and there's people doing like magic tricks and things like that, like actual magic, and then some people doing like card tricks and juggling and like the sleight of hand magic stuff. So
Um, if I perform the detect magic ritual, would I be able to do that while walking?
I'd say sure. You just have to walk slower. That's all.
Okay. I mean, I'm not in a hurry, so I'll kind of do that for the next 10 minutes.
Okay. Anything in particular
And
you're looking for, or just general magic?
um, just general magic. Uh, I guess I would be looking at the stalls and seeing just how common magic items are around here.
They don't really have any magic items per se. You can some of the items that you detect have like trace amounts of magic on them, but you imagine that the trace magic is probably from the tools used to make these items, or like if someone made a musical instrument, it was likely like a magical set of tools probably helped make it to get it to be the shape that it's in and refine it to be a little bit better, but there's no magical items per se that are
I
for
see.
sale. Yeah.
I see. I see. Okay. Then I guess I would go towards the used tool cart.
Okay. You see there is this older, very dark-skinned, gnomish, halflingish looking person. You can't tell. They're very short. They're only like 5'1", but they look in the face. They look like a gnome, but in stature they look human. So you're kind of unsure what this person is. But they look up at you and they're like, "How can I help you today? Welcome to the festival. What do you need?"
Uh, I seem to be looking for just general information and some tools.
What kind of tools are you looking for?
Let's see. Do you have mason's tools or maybe smith's tools, tinker's tools, something like that?
I definitely have some mason's tools. I'm gonna roll a D100, or two D100s to see if they have the other two. If it's over 50, they'll have them for either one.
Okay.
1 and a 10. Wow, that's really hard to roll that bad on two D100s. They only have a full set of the mason's tools.
Okay.
They do have, I'll say, because you have proficiency in tinker's tools, right?
Yes.
I'll say because you're an artificer that they have enough there that you could make do. It's not like a full set, so you would then have to effectively buy the rest that you need later. But for cost-wise, the mason's tools are 10 gold pieces, and we'll say the base amount of tinker's tools, which would let you do your checks, you just wouldn't be able to really make anything advanced. We'll say right now they just be half gold at 25 gold pieces, and then when you get back to the DDG, you can just buy the other half for 25 gold, and you'll have a full set. So it's enough
Okay.
that you can get by if you were to try and tinker something. You're just not going to be able to make anything like super advanced. You're not going to be able to make magical items with them, but you could still do enough of your artificer stuff that they won't impede you from your capabilities, if that makes sense.
Yes. Okay.
Cool.
So, you were saying that these are kind of used or like hand-me-down tools?
The tinker's ones are. The mason's ones look pretty new comparatively. So,
Okay.
but yeah, the tinkers are 25 with the hand-me-down half amount, and the mason's tools are 10 gold pieces for pretty much new.
Okay. I will purchase those for 35 total, it looks like.
Yes.
Okay. And one more thing. Do you know where I can find a map of this region?
Yeah. He points you kind of over here. They probably got one.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. So you head over to try and find a map.
I'm gonna turn back to Emma and say, if this place is connected in any way, shape, or form to where you're looking for, maybe it'll be on the maps.
Oh, maybe. Thank you.
As you head over there, Emma, what are you doing?
Oh, I am 1000% finding my way to any shops or stalls that look like they have fruit and chocolate.
All right. Fruit, 100%. I'm gonna roll a D100. You want high or you want low?
You're rolling. You just rolled too low. Let's go high.
All right. So if it's high, they will also have chocolate at that fruit stand.
Ah.
They don't. But your fruit stand is pretty much like right over here. So you can make your way over there, and they have some exotic-looking fruits. Some of the fruit kind of looks like a prickly pear. Some of this other fruit looks like it's been shipped in from the islands to the south. It looks kind of like a coconut, but it tastes very. It's got a very. They have one that's cracked open, and it looks very meaty. But it has the smell and the taste of something very savory. It's not super sweet. And then they have different types of berries and things like that.
Yeah, I would buy, depending on how much I would ask, how much is it for one of everything?
We'll say it's 5 copper. Because there's a little bit of everything. They basically make you a little tray.
Awesome. Yeah, I would definitely take the little bit of everything with my little tray, and then I would find the nearest place to sit down, probably here next to the waterfall, and just be trying every little piece that I have.
All right. Yes, you basically basically buy a fruit tray, a little small fruit tray, and you can sit down and you can start to enjoy your fruit tray.
Yep.
Is there anything else anyone would like to be doing as the festival continues, or do you just want to kind of hang out in the festival times? Anything pressing, should I say?
Do I find a map?
Yeah, you find a map, and you can get a map of the region for 5 copper. Their maps abound.
Okay. I guess I would ask the person, if I'm new to this plane, which of these sets of maps would be the most help?
They hand you the one that shows you most of Godsbreath, including Promise, and then it shows you the lands to the north. That they kind of say, this is where most of the farming land is. They kind of point and they like circle a band of. It goes from like. They purposely color this portion of the map like this crimson color, and says that that's the ribbon, which is where most of their farming happens. And you see it there. They hand draw some trees on there, and then they kind of point you past the ribbon and say, you might not want to go there, but you could. But they basically point out the city you're in, the stuff that most people enjoy in Godsbreath as far as like farming communities and whatnot, and then they point down to the south, and they show you where the Nightwater Islands are. Like, you probably don't want to go down to the coast, but it's there. It's full of monsters, so it's dangerous.
Good to know.
So you get your map. Brooke, anything you were doing in particular, or are you still just eating?
Homie, I'm just smacking on food.
All right. Sharis, anything else you're doing?
Shar is sort of, playing with his flute a little bit, would sort of put it away and realize he is also just a little bit hungry, and He's not exactly a carnivore per se, so he would sort of walk up behind Emma and just be like, "Do you have any recommendations?"
She's like face full of food and just screams, and the food just flies everywhere. She's not getting prepared for anybody to come behind her. Just tosses the food, and she kind of looks at us. She's like, yes, well, that's good. And she points towards something that's on the ground. She's like, that's good. She points towards another thing. She's, that's good. She points towards another thing. She basically points out everything that she had not fully gotten the chance to finish, and she just spilled all over the ground.
He just sort of like, okay, so everything was good then.
Oh, yes, everything is quite delicious.
Perfect. And then he would go and buy 2 sets, like I guess 2 sampler platters to go.
Okay. Yeah, they wrap up for you and they say 1 silver, please.
Okay, let me have to do math because I can't just do that. All right. He thanks them, and then as he walks past, he gives one of the to-go containers to Emma, and then goes back to his little place to eat some of the fruit.
All right. What is all of your guys' passive perception?
A whopping 11.
All right.
Thank you. Don't mean to brag. Hashtag humble brag.
15.
14.
10.
All right. As you guys are kind of doing what you're doing, hanging out, Emma, being recently surprised by Shars, who just delivered you some more snacks, you see and you hear that the crowd, which are basically repeating what you now know they refer to as the Awakening song, which is like their history in song. As they come around for probably the 5th or 6th rendition of it since you've been here, you see that there are 4 people wearing like farm clothes that kind of wander into the midst, and they don't seem to be singing. They're just staring blankly. And then as you kind of watch them for a second, you see that they surge into the middle of the crowd, raising their rusty farm implements, and the crowd disperse, and you see there are these 4 cultists. Everybody roll initiative.
Burner.
I was literally about to agree with Emma. Like this map looks perfect for.
I'm here for this music, though.
Now.
It's it doesn't necessarily fit the theme, but I don't care. It's pirate battle music, and I was about it, so here we are. All right, so this first cultist sees you eating and is just going to charge towards you, Emma, and they are going to slice at you with one of their farming implements. So they basically pull out like a sheep shear that they use for wool. Does the 13 hit?
13 misses.
He goes to shear you like you're a sheep, but you just kind of dodge out the way. He does, however. Let's see if he hits your fruit tray. You just pull the fruit tray out the way, and he slices through one of the berries, but you save 95% of your fruit tray.
Hey, I just got gifted that from a friend. That's rude.
Brooke, you are up, and you see the crowd's kind of dispersing and yelling, and there are these 4 folks with farming tools, and you hear a voice kind of off in the distance a little bit that yells, "Don't kill him! Keep him alive! I can fix him!" And you hear it coming from down here somewhere, but they're not going to hop into initiative. But it is your turn.
Okay, Brooke's gonna put down his giant turkey leg on a plate here, give a little pat. Like, wait for me, buddy. And he's gonna start sprinting. Can he, like, just either, like, just leap over this table?
Oh yeah, it's like a regular size table, so it's maybe waist high.
Okay. He's gonna leap over this table, He's gonna, with his full movement, run into the thick of these guys,
All right.
and he's going to.
As you get that close and you are going to attack them, you see that their eyes are swirling with crimson,
Hmm.
resembling bloody unshed teardrops.
Ooh, okay. So he's gonna shift. Use bonus action to shift, and they get +5 temp HP.
Oh, snap.
And he, you know what? I'm gonna do a real retcon real quick, and he's gonna say he still has his turkey leg on him, and I'm gonna use it as a club,
I'll let you use it as a club.
and I will reckless attack this guy. I will try and knock him out with my giant turkey leg.
All right. What does your shifting do again? Gives you temp HP and
No one can get any advantage on me ever
cool.
within 30 feet.
Cool. All right. On this guy at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yes, you hit him, and you were not raging, right? Just reckless attacking.
Yeah, just reckless attacking, going to try and just bonk him on the head, knock him out.
You hit him. He's looking pretty bad, but he's not dead. So he looks like he could probably take another small hit.
All right, that's me.
All right. 0.
All right, so I see this guy here. He just basically took a swing at Emma, right?
Yep, he came up and just took a swing. It doesn't look like they are in full control of themselves, but because they look like they're kind of swaying, and you can see from here that their eyes are not looking normal, but they look like something is wrong with them.
Okay. Would I be able to tell if somebody in this crowd is like manipulating them, or is that what kind of check would that be?
It doesn't look like they are currently being controlled by someone in the vicinity. It just looks like there's something wrong with them, almost like diseased or cursed or something like that. But it's not.
Okay.
It's not like a possession. So.
Okay. Well, I guess first things first. I gotta try to get that guy away from Emma. How far away am I? 30 feet? Okay, so I can get there.
Yeah, you can get in the square right here. Yep.
I'm gonna use Shocking Grasp.
Do it.
Okay.
That definitely hits. And he's just wearing leather armor, so it's no advantage or anything like that. But you
okay.
do fill him with some shocking lightning.
Alright, cool. And I'm gonna tell Emma, get back.
Alright. So it is this farmer's turn, who is on the left side of the barbarian, who just kind of shifted and ran up and attacked. So he is going to try and poke you with his pitchfork, which it's going to say it's a scimitar, but it's a reflavored pitchfork. Does a 14 hit? Brooke?
It does not.
Alright, he goes to poke
And
you.
I'd like to, I like to think his shifting form, he just gets hairier.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's all.
He goes to poke you and kind of try and stab you like you're a bale of hay to throw over his shoulder. He looks pretty strong for a farmer. He is a farmer after all, and he goes to poke you, and you just with your turkey leg just slap it out the way. Or deflect. Alright, so the cultist who you just attacked is gonna try and get you back. He's got a pair of shearing shears. He's gonna try and get you with a 20
That does hit.
for 2 as he shears some of the hair off of your left shoulder. And he's kind of swaying. He's not looking good. He's starting to cough up some blood. His eyes are starting to fade a little bit, but he's still standing. Shars.
Okay. So you said they're wearing leather, but are you sure they don't have like a metal helmet on or something?
They don't. I know it's using the cultist stat block, but they're just farmers.
Fine. Maybe a metal belt buckle that I could shock? No?
No, they're just farmers.
Oh,
I wish.
then I'm going to burn a sorcery point and cast Shocking Grasp, but twinned.
Okay.
One for each of them. First one for
Are you
the
trying
northern,
to kill them, or are you going to let them stay alive? Or unconscious?
incapacitate.
Okay, cool. Just want to
Yeah,
clarify.
incapacitate. I'm just going to. I'm setting my phasers to stun.
Ha! Perfect.
So this is for the northern.
Well, you're gonna take that guy out. I'm not even gonna make. You can roll it if you want, but he has 3 HP left. Wow. So you did 9.
Nine lightning.
So that's on the top one.
Yeah, that was at the top.
Oh,
one.
he's at 0. You knock him unconscious.
Okay, and then this is for the other one.
You actually miss.
No.
You knock out the first guy though.
Okay. And then that will be my turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna put a. I'm gonna put the Barracudax on him because he's unconscious, but he's not dead. All right. This cultist, seeing you run in and split some attacks, is gonna run up on you. 10, 15, 20, 25. This farmer is just gonna try, and this farmer is carrying like hay baling twine, and he's just gonna try and just beat you with the twine.
It's probably gonna kill me.
20 for 3.
That hits.
He basically like whips you across the back as you just runs up and just like whips you with hay baling twine. Emma.
Do you do flanking?
Yes.
Okay. So Emma's gonna straighten up her she's gonna shove the to-go bag into her bag and then pull her mace off of her hip. And she turns to Zero and says, "No, we'll work together." And I'm gonna step to this side,
Okay.
and that should do flanking if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go a smacker.
You miss. You go down to hit, and he kind of takes his shearing shears and just bounces them. Kind of just diverts your mace out the way.
Rude.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Anything
the end
else
of my
in your
turn.
All right. He, seeing as you just tried to smack him, he's kind of torn between the two. I'm gonna roll a d4. 1 to 2 will be he'll go for 0 since 0 shocked him, and 3 to 4 will be against you. He's gonna try and smack you back and retort. A 6.
I deflect it with my shield.
You guys are just bouncing tools back and forth. Brooke.
Okay.
The guy beside you just got electrocuted and fell unconscious. The guy in
Okay.
front of you looks real bad, and the guy who ran up and sliced or whipped Shars with some twine is looking fully healthy.
I'm just gonna reckless attack this guy and try and bonk him on the head.
Okay. That does hit him, and you knock him unconscious. Unless you're trying to kill him, but you take him
No,
to 0.
I am bonking him to unconscious. I will take a nice chunk of meat from my club, and I will just walk around to his buddy.
All right. You just knock this guy out. 0, it is your turn.
All right. I will try to cast Shocking Grasp with the intent to knock him out.
All right, go for it. That you have advantage, so you get to roll again. That does hit for 15, but 1 damage. You shock him a little bit, and he kind of like tenses up, like you just gave him a solid like muscle contraction in his back, but it doesn't knock him out or anything.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I will kind of yell at the farmer, turn around and face me.
All right. We'll see how he feels about that on his
Okay.
turn. Charis.
I'm a shop.
All right. That does hit him. All right. 4-2.
And then yeah, I'll stay there.
Level 3 damage compared to level 14 damage.
Yeah.
All right. This cultist is surrounded, so I'm gonna do the same thing. D4, 1 to 2 will be Shars, 3 to 4 is Brooke. All right, Shars, he's gonna turn and try and twine you again. 7.
Just misses.
You just kind of you expect it this time and you dive out the way.
I'm flinching already.
Emma.
Hold on. An 8 just misses you?
I'm joking, but not by much.
Hey man, you can
Oh
live
my
a whole
God.
campaign with an AC of 8.
You can
Yeah,
live
you
a whole
can.
campaign for an AC of 8. It happened in a deadly ass fucking campaign that I ran.
Yes, it did. Don't recommend
my
it,
God.
but it's doable.
Yeah, so, as Zero shouts and the guy presumably starts to turn a little bit, I'm gonna take advantage, take a swing at him again. For
That
17 to hit.
That hits for 5 bludgeoning damage, and as you crack him across the back of his skull, you knock him unconscious as he crumples. Unless you want to kill him, he crumples to his knees.
No, I don't want to kill him, but my next response would, if we stay in rotation long enough, would be to cast Spare the Dying, so.
Alright, yeah, he falls unconscious. It doesn't look like you did deadly enough damage that he would have to roll death saves. He's just unconscious. Anything else in your turn?
Nope, just breathing heavily, looking a little surprised, and look over at Zero and just give him a big smile.
Alright,
Form.
Rook, you are up.
Alright, not that I need to reckless, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
Aggressively hitting with turkey legs.
Yeah, not that I need to reckless, but
You surprisingly miss. He like
there's less turkey leg
yes,
to hit with.
there is, and he kind of moves out the way and like slices the end of your turkey leg off with his baling twine and eats it right
This
in
one
front of
dies.
you.
This one dies.
0.
This
Would I
just
be
got
able to
personal.
make a non-lethal attack using a ranged attack? Is that a thing?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so then I'm gonna just scooch over here and use Ray of Frost on
Ooh.
the last guy.
All right, go ahead and roll me that ranged spell attack.
You know,
That misses. As you kind of
maybe
shoot,
not today.
he's in the middle of like ripping this turkey leg down. He just kind of moves right out the way. So you miss. Shars.
Dang. Okay.
I'm putting both hands up and I'm gonna try to shock him again.
All right,
Nope.
man. He's got an AC of 12, guys. So this cultist he's gonna turn and try and take a smack at Brooke and get more of his turkey. Does a 14 hit?
He misses.
He's trying to go for that turkey, but it's not working out. Emma May.
Alright, let's take a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And we're gonna give this guy old smackaroo.
All right.
Hey, bear.
Misses.
No, we are not.
He's immortal. He's
Just-
invincible.
Just surrender, sir.
Brooke, it's your turn.
Like this, I'm aiming to kill. I'm bonking to kill.
Okay. He is still alive, but you hit him.
Good.
You see the voice, she comes into play. She's like, don't kill him, please, I beg you. 0. You
Okay,
see
this
a
is
woman appears over
ridiculous.
Oh no, oh no. Alright, what you gonna do? I hope this man survives
Okay.
out 2 more rounds out of spite. Could be funny.
I am going to reach for his head and try to shocking grasp him.
Alright. Give me an advantage, because you are, well, he's flanked everywhere. You miss.
Oh my god!
Charis.
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this.
It's one guy,
I-
man. It's like the skeleton from DIA, he just never died. He just lived
You know
forever.
what? I'm tired of this. I'm backing up. I'll take the opportunity attack. That hits. I don't care.
He whips you with his twine.
Magic missile.
You know, with magic missile, you would never have disadvantage on being right there, right? Because it auto hits.
Oh, well.
So if you don't want to
So-
take that opportunity attack damage, you can just
Nope,
stay where you
nope,
are.
Nope, I'll do it. I step back and I just whip my
Oh.
hand out and hit him with 3
Are
right
you
in the head.
are you
and
trying
knock
to
him out.
are you trying to kill him or just knock him out?
Just knocking him out.
All right.
I'm getting tired of this.
Well then you get one on the left temple, one on the right temple, and one right between the eyes, and then all of a sudden
Yeah,
he
come on,
is,
give me the other missiles.
he's gone.
Fun fact, no. Magic missile, you only roll damage once, and that applies to every single missile.
That's a dumb roll
Yep.
that I will never use ever.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful though if you roll like a 3 or a 4, because then you're getting, super high damage and not risking a whole bunch of ones.
True.
Yeah.
But you can pretty much run it however you want to run it. But
Yeah.
he had 3 HP left, so 1 is really all you needed. But he goes down, and you see that this this lady kind of rolls in. She's super sweat soaked. It looks like she's got some bruises. Looks like she is getting kind of beat up herself. But she walks up and she's, all right. Well, thanks for not killing them. I know these farmers and they're good people. They're good people. They're hard workers. There's something wrong with them. Thanks.
What's going on? You and Emma will put her mace back on her hip and kind of lower her shield. What's going on? You're responding like you know these people, but you say that you can help them, so that makes me think you've seen this before.
Yeah. It's been happening a lot lately. And she kind of like puts her fingers in her mouth and whistles really, really loudly, and kind of waves at some other people and kind of points at the farmers who you guys have knocked out, and you see that their wounds are starting to get tended to by different townsfolk. And she reaches down and kind of tends to this one. And as she reaches down, she looks up and goes, "They're being controlled." And all of you there can roll Arcana or Religion checks.
The happy music picks back up after the fight. Like, hey!
And I will
up.
also say, because it hasn't been super long since you had your detect magic up, you also detect that that all of these 4 farmers, now you're getting just these large pings as they are surrounded by this aura of enchantment magic.
Okay.
You see that while she kind of opens their eyes and looks at them, as they are fading completely into unconsciousness, you see the magic kind of fades as their eyes they're still crimson, but they're a darker crimson hue, like they're unconscious.
Okay. And I'm only gonna bother rolling a guidance die if it makes a difference in this case. Will it?
No, it won't.
Okay.
So
I won't.
basically, yeah, you with the detect magic, you know they are under an enchantment kind of spell you magically. And those of you who got better than a 13, so yeah, Emma's the only other one. You also can see magically that they were being controlled in some way. So, but you can both tell that the magic controlling them. Oh, you got a 12. Well, then it's only a 0. You can tell that the magic that's controlling them is very, very powerful, to the point where you don't think you would have the power to dispel that magic. So.
Okay. It appears that all 4 of these farmers are, or at least were, under the effect of a very powerful enchantment magic. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. A very powerful enchantment spell. It's too powerful for us to try to dispel it ourselves.
As you, she's kind of checking over the bodies and looking at the eyes, and you guys are looking as well. You see that she, like, kind of is going through their pockets, through their breast pockets and their pants pockets, trying to see if there's anything helpful. And she pulls a piece of paper out of one of their breast pockets, and she gasps and then sighs, and then kind of looks at it, and you see that her eyes start to water up a little bit, and then she kind of shakes it off and just goes about looking at these bodies a little bit more.
I will stop her when she gets to this one and kind of very gingerly take her hand and say, What's wrong?
She She opens the paper and hands it to you. And you see that this paper bears a charcoal sketch of a child struggling to swim in dark water while being grasped at by hands beneath the surface. So like the kid's drowning and their hands kind of all around it in this darker shade of water, kind of trying to pull it down. And this this was drawn by my goddaughter Kianna. She draws like this all the time, and she draws this image all the time. It's a sad story, but she draws it because as a child, she saw her friend drown in Cradle Lace Lake. Her friend Kelly. She sees a therapist now and again, and she uses her art to kind of work through the sadness and the guilt, but she's never quite gotten through it. But I'm kind of worried. She was supposed to be here a day ago, but she hasn't made it yet. That's unlike her. So I'm worried. That's all.
Do you think there's a chance that she's where these guys came from, considering they had one of her images on them?
I mean, it's possible, I guess. I don't know. I would maybe. Yes, maybe.
Well,
you-
yes, maybe is better than nope.
Would you want to go and check on her for me? I'll pay you all. I'll pay you to do it.
Yes, of course. You need the help. And Emma will get to her feet and kind of look around at everybody and say, "We can help. That's what you do as a member of the Dungeon Delvers Guild, right? I mean, I'm new to all of this, but this seems like something that we should help with, right?" She kind of looks to everybody for reassurance.
No, I clearly agree, and I'm gonna take a map out. What did you say your name was again?
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. My name is, well, everybody kind of calls me Aunt Dellie, but my name's Aunt Delanor Dellie Godson. So, and as she kind of
Alright,
tells you, she goes, "Skimmerboat pilot extraordinaire." So,
that sounds like an interesting vehicle.
eh.
So would you be taking us to this place
Uh,
via the skimmer boat?
No, I won't. But I will, however, pay you all 100 gold pieces each if you go and investigate it, and 200 if you go and get my goddaughter and bring her back.
I heard money and adventure and possibly a lot of knowledge available. Here's a map. Could you tell us where to go? And I guess I'm looking at Shars and Brooke to see kind of what impressions they're kind of giving.
She'll grab the map and start drawing on it, and just so you guys know, she gives you directions to the Rattle, which is where the map person you talked to said is where some of the farms are. But Aunt Dellie does not know exactly what farm Kianna works on. Just knows it's up there. So. But yeah, Sharis and Brooke, what do you guys think? How are you feeling?
Brooke does exactly what I wrote. He just shrugs his shoulders and takes a bite of his turkey leg.
Alright.
I wouldn't mind helping, but I think I might need a moment or two before. I don't know what this baling twine is, but it is a formidable weapon.
Emma, did you want to heal him or should I heal him?
You guys can short rest here soon, so you don't actually have to burn spell slots if you don't want to.
Okay, it's just for the sake of RP then, I suppose.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what the farm battle looked like. That art there.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh goodness.
But yeah, she's kind of drawing everything together on this map for you, and it looks like you guys are in agreement to accept this job from her. Um, she says, "While I am not going to be able to take you there, she might be able to." And you see, kind of stepping in um, from behind this building over here, seem to be hiding a little bit. You see, I wonder if there's an actual art for it, but you see a. I don't think there's one. Yeah, you see this broad-shouldered woman wearing a multicolored dress, very dark-skinned, approaches you. It says, "Going to going up to the Rattle, huh? I'll take you if you want, or you can go without me. Whatever floats your boat, but I can get you there."
Well, if Aunt Dellie recommends you, then I see no reason why we shouldn't.
This is what she looks like.
Oh, I love it.
She goes. She takes her hat off and kind of bows to meet you. Lady Dre is the name. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. I am Emma May, and I will give a bow in response.
All right, all right. It looks like some of y'all probably not feeling too great. You want to take a little bit of break before we take off going anywhere? Or are you trying to go right now?
How long would the transit be?
Mm, couple days probably.
Sharis, you think you'd be able to rest on the trip?
I could probably manage that.
Oh, well, here, let me help. And Emma will step up and she will offer you a single hand. Here. Hold my hand.
He slowly reaches his hand out and takes yours.
And I will channel divinity, Balm of Peace.
Ooh.
And you will get 6 plus. I believe I'm at 2 right now.
Well,
It's okay.
6 is max health.
That,
6
that,
plus
that
3.
maxes me out. Even
Awesome.
With just the 6.
Essentially, as you put your hand in hers, she puts her hand on top of yours, flips it over, and basically gives you essentially what is a high five, and heals you for 9 HP up to
He,
max,
like-
and then she lets go of your hand.
He like takes in, like looks at his hand and your hand, like he's not sure what kind of power you have. It's very strange to him.
She just gives you a bright smile, or her crystal blue eyes are just big and twinkly, and she just looks unbelievably happy. She's like, "All right, you're feeling better. Everybody looks good. Brooke, are you okay?"
Mm.
Okay. And Zero, you seem to be all right.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm unwounded. We good?
I believe we're ready. I think we should get Brooke another turkey leg before we leave. But I think outside of that, I think we're ready to go.
All right, sounds good.
I can dual wield.
Yes, you can in fact dual wield some turkey legs. It's really funny. I just want to see all of your weapons just be turkey leg flavored. As you guys are preparing for to leave, I'm gonna put you guys all over in one spot so it's easier to do token maneuvering late when I need to. Lady Dre's has to go and get some of her own stuff ready. But as you guys are as you're about to get on the road, you guys are approached by a. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. There's what I was looking for. By another person. They have a giant curly set of brown hair. They are in these like studious, almost wizard robes. They look like this. They have a staff and a side bag with them. And they walk up to you and they introduce themselves. Hello, I'm Proclaimer Tungsten Ward. I heard you guys are going to be traveling northward, up towards the Rattle. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Well, if it would be no bother, I would like to join you on your travel. I do a lot of history studying of Godsbreath, and my goal is to discover evidence of the god's influence and motives and everything here. Every time I do, I am able to increase our awakening song and, better help the folks of Godsbreath understand our history. I researched the magical manifestations across this land, and I believe that the farmers are being controlled by some godlike power, and I want to investigate what maybe has caused that. If what we find are significant enough to add into the awakening song, I will also weave your names into our history books here so that you're celebrated annually. Would you be willing to allow me to travel with you?
I don't see any reason why not. And if you really are a historian, we are new to this plane, so it can only benefit us.
Absolutely. I am not much one for combat, so if that does come up, I will take cover, but I will not be of any hindrance to you. I'm very good at keeping myself out of harm's way, so you need not worry about that.
I would like to get unbelievably close to this person and look them dead in the eyes for a strong amount of silence for about 3-5 seconds. And I'd like to roll an insight check to see if what they had just said they're telling the truth, or if they
Oh.
have ulterior motives.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I also roll an insight check? Just like
I was gonna ask if
Not-
I could as
Oh,
well.
not
fuck.
deeply into the eyes, but like just
Sure.
sort of off to the
Yeah, you
side.
can all roll insight checks if you want to.
Oh, hold on. My
My
bad. Well,
passive is 15.
She's
we all
Yep,
suck.
yep, she's good.
This
She's
person
good.
is fine.
While you can't necessarily, she looks like she's telling the truth, but at the same time, it's not that you distrust her, it's that when you look at her further now, Emma, she doesn't look wizardly. She looks more religiously. She looks like more of like an acolyte more than like a religious student. She looks like with her studying of the gods, it looks like you're getting some magical influence from her, but they look like they're more of that of the religious sect of study rather than the arcane sect of study. You recognize her to be on the same kind of magical wavelength as you.
Oh, okay. So after staring them down for like a good 3 to 5 seconds, I'm gonna go, have you heard of Sahanine?
No, but if you could, they kind of put their hands up on your shoulders and kind of step back a little bit. Give me my personal space. That would be excellent. No, no. I am a studier of Godsbreath, divine creatures of whose names we don't even know. So if I could discover those, that would also be grand. So, anyway, are we ready to go?
I believe so, but I'd be interested in hearing more about your gods. So maybe on the journey we can chat.
Yes, maybe.
I promise to give you personal space.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Okay. Well, okay. So at this point, you see that um, your old favorite aunt, Aunt Dellie, says, "I got my wagon ready for you," and she kind of walks you guys over to where her horse and wagon are, right here, um, and says, "You guys are able to use it. Uh, Lady Dre knows how to drive, so she'll get you taken care of. And if you guys are ready to depart, you guys can kind of take this road that immediately dips a little south out of the city, but then curves around, and the main road goes kind of northward to where you guys are going. If you guys are ready, unless there's anything else you wish to do."
No.
I am ready.
Do you get your channel divinities back on a short rest?
Yes, I do.
All right, so we'll say you did that, and then you guys had your short rest afterwards, so you have your channel divinity back.
Awesome. Yeah, that was my my hope.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured you did. It just kind of happened out of order. So, as you guys are in there, and Lady Dre hops up and starts driving. She tells you that this horse is not the most athletic, and as you kind of look at the horse a little bit, you can tell this horse has seen way better days. It's fairly gaunt. It looks very old. It goes. It's a little faster than you would walk, but it's not going to run real fast for you. It's like a slightly faster walk. That's about what you're gonna get from this old horse. Old Charlie is not in the best of health these days.
Oh, Charlie.
Right. So, you guys are riding, and as you kind of make your way, with being on this horse, I'll say that you can get the 12 miles in half a day rather than having to do a full day and a half. It's not that big of a travel difference. You see that the journey from Promise, the city that you guys are in, leads north through the ribbon, where clustered farmhouses dot the dark red ground between stands of scattered woods. Eventually, the road dwindles to a track. The stands of trees grow denser and the farms fewer and further between as you near the lands called the Rattle. Is anybody proficient in nature?
Nope.
Yes, I am.
Anybody proficient in nature? Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
Okay. May I roll a guidance for that?
Sure. Wow.
Pathetic.
What's your passive intelligence?
Mine, it is, what, 17, so is passive intelligence just like
10
plus 3?
10 plus intelligence.
Okay, so 13.
All right. I'm gonna use that instead of your 7. So you notice that a lot of the farms that you are passing through the ribbon, where you guys are kind of mushing through, are touched by blight, and the animals look like Charlie. They're all very, very thin. And Lady Dre and the Proclaimer both kind of give you a little bit more information each, that the agriculture in this region has been deteriorating, which is why some of the product they've been wanting to sell, they either can't, or it's starting to kind of fall to the wayside, as the grounds are going bad, like they're under some type of curse. The animals are all dying off for some unknown reason. They haven't been able to figure it out. Lady Dre chalks it up to natural blight of some sort, whereas Tungsten, she is a proclaimer, but or they're a proclaimer. Ward tells you that they believe it to be the work of the gods, but the gods, while they do provide blessings, they oftentimes will incur misfortunes to the peoples and the animals of the land to test their beliefs, their faiths, and their subjects. And this is what's causing locals to farm the Rattle north of there, despite how dangerous it may or may not be. And as you guys kind of push in towards the Rattle, you near a farm that's very, very weathered. but it's surrounded by crops that look healthier than those that you saw before. Everybody go ahead and make perception checks for me.
Perception. Nope.
All right, Brooke notices it. um, you see, you hear, first of all, there are growls and excited yipping resounding from a field surrounding a nearby farm. And not excited like a good excited, like something has been located. Like a hunting kind of yipping. You don't know exactly what's making the noise, but from the tall crops, these crops themselves look to be about 10 feet tall. You see that something is moving swiftly through the fields parallel to the road. And Lady Dre stops the wagon and tells Tungsten to hop off and hide. And go ahead and make me survival checks, everybody. Wow.
I am a survivor.
Yes, you are. Well, alright. So, as you guys all get there, Emma and Sharis, you kind of see the trail that Brooke points out. I'm gonna move you guys over here. You guys are towards this farm now, and you can't see anything if you don't have dark vision, because this area is now quite dark. It's getting quite late in the evening. How do you want to provide light for those of you who cannot see?
I don't. They
I
suffer.
cast light.
You cast light. Okay.
I was gonna say, I have no way of alleviating that.
Boop. That's it. Boop.
All right.
I
So
cast light on my shield.
yes, cool. So you cast light on your shield. Brooke, you have no way to. Oh, you have dark vision.
Yeah, man. That's why I said I don't care about anyone else. I have no way to help them. I don't care.
You guys see the kind of trails in the. You're in a giant cornfield, effectively, with the corn like 10 feet high, and you start to see the trail, and you hear excited yipping, and it's coming from over here.
Just a heads up there.
Cool.
Could I imbue my shield with magical tinkering? So I'm gonna have a 5-foot radius light.
Sure. Is
Okay.
it 5 feet bright, 5 feet dim?
It doesn't seem to say anything past 5 feet radius of light.
All right. Well, we'll just say it's 5 feet radius of light then.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Sorry.
It's 5
It was
5.
just a summary. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's 5
All
5.
right, cool. That's what I thought. Makes sense to me. All right.
I'm gonna just ready my great axe, and I'm just gonna head into the corn, bro. And I'm gonna smack anything that hits me.
All right.
I'm sort of walking behind Brooke as a human meat shield.
Okay.
I'm staying about 5 feet behind him. 10 feet behind him.
Okay. As
Walk.
you can keep on going. You see. All right, Brooke. I'm gonna have you stop right there for me. Yeah, stop right there. As you get there, you see there is this old ass farm guy pinned to the ground, surrounded by what looks like a pack of wolves. And he's screaming. He's trying to crawl away. But you see these wolves are howling and yipping.
Can I get something off before we go into combat?
What are you trying to get off?
Can I rage?
Oh yeah, you can rage, for sure. And then everybody throw me some initiative, as this guy is bleeding very badly on the ground. I did pick the creepiest music I could find for this, but back to pirate
Good
time.
choice.
Why does it keep rolling it twice? I only rolled it once.
I don't know. I'm gonna put these guys all in here. And then,
Man, you're
Lady...
getting great rolls.
So Lady Dre is going to move in here with you, and she, here's Lady Dre, 16. So we'll go with your first one because it was 11. All right, so this first dire wolf got a perception of 13. You weren't hiding, and you started raging. They see that their prey on the ground probably isn't going anywhere, and so this wolf is gonna run at you, Brooke. And it's just gonna try and bite you.
Okay.
A 9.
No.
It comes up and starts chomping at you, and you just weave out the way. Lady Dre, she is gonna go ahead and she is gonna go ahead and she's gonna move towards the farmer. She's got 30 feet of movement, so she's actually gonna move here and then to here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then you hear her call out, come to me, Uncle Polar, come out. And she's gonna take 2 ranged shots, 1 at each of the dire wolves, to try and get their attention away from Uncle Polder. This is at the top one. And this is at the bottom one. Yeah, she straight up hits this wolf for 11. And you see this wolf kind of like jeers back for a minute. But she hits that one so perfect that the other wolf notices her, and the arrow coming that way, the wolf kind of dives out the way of it. The wolf who she just hit, however, is not a fan of that and is gonna just go past Uncle Polder and try and bite at her with a 20, which hits. Oh man, she's not super good already. She's in a bad way. Strength save of 11. She is prone. Oh no, Lady Dre. Alright, Brooke. It's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to try and I'll take an attack of opportunity as I shift to here.
Okay. 24?
Yes.
For 12 piercing. Make a strength
Sick.
save, DC 13. At advantage because you're raging.
Oh,
You are knocked prone, but you can also just use half your movement and get
Yeah,
up.
I have plenty of movement anyways.
Yeah, you just get up.
Okay, I will shift as a bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna reckless attack this wolf.
Alright, do it. That does hit. And you take a big old hunk out of this wolf. This wolf's looking not great.
Perfect.
Is that your turn?
Yes, sir.
Alright, 0. You can actually... You can barely see this wolf that's right in front of you right now, and you know it was there
Okay.
because you saw it kind of snap
Oh,
at Brooke.
I forgot to turn on my rage. That's 14 damage.
Okay, cool. He's
Okay.
looking even more hurt.
Would I be able to, like, this is a
It's
scarecrow, right?
Yeah, it's a scarecrow. Mhm.
Would I be able to pull like a loose object off of it, like preferably like a stick or something?
Sure, you can do that, or you can just grab an ear of corn. You can do that.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be great. Because I'm gonna imbue it with the same light that I'm using on my shield.
Okay.
And I'm gonna. Would it cost an action to toss it into like this general area to kind of light it up?
Yeah, we'll say that it'll take an action to imbue and throw. You can just do that as one action.
To imbue and throw. Okay.
And where do you want it to be?
I was kind of hoping that like I could just grab it and
Well, doing the
not surrender so many.
well, doing the tinkering is the action anyway. So grabbing it and throwing it is the interactive object, which is free. So you're using both of
okay.
those things to toss it. So.
Okay, then I guess I'll just go in and back up Brooke.
Okay. All you know is
So-
that Brooke ran up that way, so you can see what you can see as far as where stuff is. So
Okay.
there you go.
are.
Now you see him, and you got a wolf in front of you.
Yeah, I do. I will use Shocking Grasp.
Yeah, go for it. He has no reaction because he already used it, but you can definitely attack him.
Perfect. Where's my actions? There it is. Found it. There you go.
17 does hit for 2 damage. Cool. You
Okay.
shock this wolf. You see his hair kind of gets real frizzy.
And I will kind of walk this way just to see more
Okay.
of the field.
All right.
And then that would be 30. And
Yep.
then I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash.
Oh, you are a rogue for 2. Go for it.
Okay, so there's more stuff here.
You see, this is a old man. Even though it's a lady token, it is an old man farmer on the ground, looking pretty beat up and pretty bloodied. And you see there is a wolf right there beside them. So.
Okay. Then I'm gonna try to park myself right. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you
Right
can-
here,
That's fine. Yeah.
and kind of try to get the wolf's attention.
You have him now. You have their attention now. All right.
Okay.
Sharis.
Okay. Well, zeros all the way at the airbrooks there. It just knocked her down, so I'm going to try to hit that one with a chill touch.
Ooh, I like it. Go for it. Oh yeah, it hit. 5.
5 necrotic, as you see this skeletal hand just like reach up underneath and just grab at the chest of this dire wolf to pull it down.
You see the wolf looks over at you with this look on his face. Meow.
Nom 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 nom. I love old farmer. And that is my turn.
All right. Emma.
So Emma's gonna move 5 and 15. Seeing the necrotic hand pulling this one down towards the ground, it starts slowly building with radiant flame energy, and I need that wolf to make a dexterity saving throw, please, for Sacred Flame. Ah, he passes. Those rudes. That's the end of my turn.
All right. So this dire wolf over here, the one whose attention you grabbed, 0, it looked like it was about to pounce on and rip the throat out of Uncle Polder, but you showed up, and it's going to try and bite you and knock you down.
All right.
Does a 9 hit?
It does not,
All right.
thankfully.
It goes to snap at you, and you just kind of like ducking and weaving, hiding in the corn. And that is its turn. This other dire wolf is gonna run up on you, Brooke, and try and attack you with pack tactics, but it doesn't get that because of your thing, right?
Yeah, no advantage.
Yep. And even if it's flanking, it can't get advantage on you. So,
Nope. 'Cause I'm shifting.
is it everything within 30 feet of you doesn't get
Yep.
advantage on just you?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right. So it's gonna try and bite you.
It's just affected on me.
It's
I mean, he
18
still
hit.
hits.
All right. And you're raging, so you take half damage.
Oh, so only my temp HP.
Yeah. You were raging before, so you would have only taken half damage before too. I don't know if you did the math on that. So,
And then the save, right?
and then the save. So, there you go. Last time you only took the 4 damage, right? You didn't take the 7 because you were raging. So you should have taken a total of
Yeah.
9 damage total. So you should have 2 more HP than you have right now.
Did I?
No, he took 6 the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. So you do not fail the save, and you are in fact not knocked prone. Lady Dre is currently prone, so she's going to use half of her movement to stand up, like this, and then she sees that you're there, and she's going to step over here, and whip out her short swords, and she can make 2 attacks, because she is baller. She has 16 HP, but can make 2 attacks. Figure that out. Alright, so she is going to flank this wolf with you. So here's her first attack. 4-6, and takes it down to barely breathing. Why did I only roll once? I should roll twice. 13. She misses on that second attack. She and then goes to stab it, but it just, because she stabbed it so hard, it yelped and kind of ducked, and she moved, and she missed it. This other wolf is gonna try and run away. It's going to use. Well, it doesn't have the ability to. It's just gonna try and run because it's almost dead. This wolf is gonna try and run 50 feet over this way. So you will get an attack of opportunity if you want it. So will she.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna roll. You kill it. Bam.
No running.
Well, no running. Brooke, it is now your turn.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna backswing. Reckless, the one behind me.
Okay, go for it. 16 does hit for 16. Jesus. Yeah. That's a significant hit. Anything else on your turn?
I just roar in the face of the wolf.
All right. 0.
Hearing the total massacre happening behind me, I'm kind of hoping that Brooke will just make his way over here, and I'm just gonna try to last for as long as possible.
Okay.
So, I am gonna try to shock this wolf,
All right.
and yep.
Go for it.
I'm typing in roll here.
That does not
That's-
take effect, unfortunately.
Okay, that is not good enough. Okay.
All right. Anything
I
else?
think that's the best I could do.
All right. Shard.
Oh, is this person beside me like knocked out?
No, they're just on the ground prone, trying not to get eaten.
Oh, okay. So can I like encourage them to get up and
100%.
run?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can tell. You can tell him to run. He
Okay.
just looks he's older, probably like in his late 50s, and looks like he's pretty beaten up. Like he just
Okay.
survived a wolf attack.
All right. I'll tell him, sir. Try to disengage from this combat. There's a Lady Dre waiting for you.
All right. He nods and kind of, you see him start to try and roll over and be sneaky in the corn, but also try not to get eaten alive by a wolf. All right, Shars.
5, 10, just to get a better line of sight, and I'm going to try to hit this dire wolf over here with a ray of frost.
Okay. You hit you freeze some corn behind it though. Now you got corn pops. Yeah, not the tasty sweet kind for cereal. This is not an ad for corn pops. Not sponsored by corn pops.
Oh, that is my turn.
But we could be.
We could be. Emma,
Corn pops, call us.
call me. I'll eat your cereal.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I need this wolf here to make me a dexterity saving throw for Sacred Flame. Dang it!
Wolves are pretty good, man.
They are.
It's just a +2 though.
They just have a plus. Yeah, that was gonna be my next statement. They just have a +2. What the fuck? All right, yeah. That was my action and my movement. Ah, dang it! I shouldn't have done that. Oh well.
Anything else?
Nope. Next round.
All right. This wolf is gonna try and attack you, Zero, since it's right beside you.
That makes sense.
23 to hit
Well, that's gonna hit.
for 13 damage, and make me a DC 13 strength save or get knocked prone. And really, it's only bad about the prone if they're in pack tactics, because then you really just get messed up. But luckily, the wolves are apart. All right. That's all that wolf can do. So you just took 13 damage from a big old bite, and the wolf is basically, he's on top of you. It's like drooling into your face. We're just gonna put you prone like this. It is the other wolf's turn. He's gonna try and bite and knock you prone, Brooke, because you're right there. 19.
Yes.
12 damage reduced to 6. And then give me that strength save. You're also knocked prone. Boop. Alright, it's Lady Dre's turn. Lady Dre is going to creep up. She's going to roll a stealth check. As her action, she's going to move at half speed to try and get up on this guy. She rolls 10. Alright. The wolf is on top of Zero, so he's more preoccupied there. And Zero, you can hear Lady Dre whispering to this uncle guy, come on, let's go. And then I'm gonna have her try and move with him. So she's used half basically, so half movement, so she can go like here. And he's gonna try and sneak away. I'm gonna say with her encouraging, and the fact that this wolf is on top of you prone, that it's more worried about you than this old farmer. And he's gonna slowly crawl and hide, basically get to like right there. Brooke.
I shall stand.
All right, you are standing. You are good.
Oh, that didn't roll with advantage.
17 hits for 12 damage. This wolf is having a bad time.
Good, that's what we like.
All right, Zero. You got this wolf who knocked you prone. You can stand up if you would like, or you can stay prone.
I will stand.
You shove this wolf off of you, just like, get off of me. And you stand up.
Okay, I will use a bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
And would this be 15 feet away?
Right beneath the wolf, yeah.
And instead of facing this one like a brave, honorable warrior, I'm gonna ambush this one like a coward.
I like it.
Let's see. Actions, shocking grasp.
An
Give me-
advantage because you're flanking.
Give me.
Uh,
An advantage. Thank God.
You hit it for 8, effectively stealing Brooke's kill by killing the wolf. It had 7 HP. So, you still have half your movement because you only move 15 feet, so you still have 50 more feet if you want to go somewhere else.
Okay. I will walk over here.
All right, Shars.
Well, I'm gonna try to hit that one with a ray of frost.
Do it. You just miss. You hit it and its fur starts to kind of frost over, but it does not take effect.
I'm making so much chilled corn.
Emma.
We love chilled corn here. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So yeah, I'm gonna pat my mace and activate my channel divinity, which allows me to anybody I pass within 5 feet using my movement up to my moving speed. I get to give 2d6 plus my wisdom modifier for healing, and I do not provoke attack of opportunity. So everybody in this lovely circle around me is all gonna get 2d6 plus
3, so 11.
plus 3. Yep,
Wow.
so 11
Hell.
in total to everybody who's around me.
Well, Lady Dre looks super refreshed.
How's this guy look? Does he look better?
He was at 4 out of 4 before, and he's still at 4 out of 4 now.
Awesome.
So
Glad he's at 4.
he's looking less beaten up. It looks like he can get up now and actually run. So
Awesome.
he's still old and beaten up though.
And then I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 because I can use my movement, and I'm gonna stand on the other side of this guy, and hopefully somebody can come and help.
Well, the dire wolf, who seeing the situation was looking now sees that a fresh prey has arrived, so it's gonna try and eat you.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit?
Miss.
He goes to chomp down, and you hold up your bright shield, and it kind of blinds the wolf, and the wolf kind of turns away and yelps in blinding fury, and he's gonna try and move around the backside of you to not be blinded by your shield anymore. Just RP wise. So Lady Dre is going to grab Uncle Polder, and they are going to use the dash action effectively and move out to your cleric-y friend out here. So they have effectively removed themselves from the combat. Brooke,
Zoop.
do it.
And zoop.
Ooh, buddy. That's a good hit.
That's big damage.
That's a big dog damage. That's max
I
damage
love
right
barbarians, and this character is not even ever gonna get subclass.
there. Zero, it is your turn.
Alright, let's see if we can finish this off. I'm gonna, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right here. Let's see if I can finish this guy off.
You get flanking. That's gonna hit, but roll again, see
Oh,
if you crit or do more damage.
Yeah,
You do more damage. I'll take the 6 for you.
I'll take that.
This wolf is looking shocked and not in a good spot, but he's still standing. But he has no reactions now, so, you know. It looks kind of almost paralyzed, but just slower, so unable to react, but not like paralyzed. Anything else in your turn?
Nope, that is it.
All right, Shars.
Frosty. No.
You freeze a lot of corn.
I put both hands up because I'm just trying desperately to freeze him.
Emma, you just have corn around you starting to freeze. Same with, like, the three of you just see corn just turning into corn popsicles. Emma, it's your turn.
Cold, 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 cold. Swing with the mace.
Alright, flank it. 11 misses. This dire wolf is... This dire wolf's gonna try and run away, and it's gonna provoke opportunity attacks from all three of you as he tries to take off this way. He's gonna try and dash. So 9 is gonna hit, the 9 damage, should I say, with the 21 to hit. So there's the first one.
Does do 0 and I get advantage because we're still technically flanked?
Sure. Emma, you did not kill him, but he's close.
Is it possible to shove as an
Um,
attack of opportunity?
no.
Okay. Because I don't think I can deal any damage
You can
with my
shock and-
unarmed strike.
You can shock and grasp
Oh.
him.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll do that then.
You have advantage, so. As you reach out and grab him on his tail as he goes to run away, you kind of fill his body with lightning. At that exact same time, Emma, your hammer comes down and cracking him in his lumbar spine. You hear a sickening crack, and then this great axe just and detaches this wolf's head from the body. Collectively, the three of you ended this wolf. So, combat is over. Wow, that was a very drastic shift in musical tone. So, you guys have finished combat, and as you eventually make your way back out to the edge of the farm, where you see Uncle Polder, Lady Dre, and Tungsten Ward are all there. Uncle Polder says, "Thank you for, ouch, for saving me back there." You see that he is an older man with a stocky build, and he looks like he's been around a while. He says, "Listen, I'm gonna go take a nap, but if you guys want to come and rest in my house, y'all are more than welcome. Come on, you can stay as long as you like. And mechanically, if you guys wish to long rest in Uncle Porter's house, you are welcome to do so."
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Uncle Porter's house is up this way. So here, I'll just move you guys. So I'm gonna move these people in here. And Uncle Porter.
It's so kind of you to allow me to just completely negate advantage for after every fight.
You do not need Warcaster to do melee spells as AoE, as far as I'm aware. That's how I've always ruled it. So
Okay.
that's how. If it was like a leveled spell, then I would just for knowledge for everybody. If you have a melee spell attack that you want to do that is a cantrip, I let people do it as just a opportunity attack. If it's leveled, then you have to have Warcaster. Who knows if that's right or not, but that's how I am at least doing it for this game, because I haven't looked at Warcaster in a minute.
Yeah, all Warcaster says is you can use your reaction to cast a spell at the creature.
Yeah, but anyway, so Uncle Polder kind of shows you guys around. Do y'all want some dinner? How you feeling? It's getting kind of late outside. I wouldn't recommend driving in this night.
The food does sound nice, but have you seen any of the local farmers acting weird lately?
Oh, yeah. I can't really recall anything unusual. I mean, there's always problems up here, but you know, I keep to myself up here until I've been attacked by wolves. That's been the biggest problem I've seen this season. Um, but yeah, what y'all doing up here anyway?
We've accepted a quest from a. Hold on, give me a second.
Aunt Dellie?
Aunt Dellie, thank you. I was just gonna pull that up from my notes.
No, you're good.
uh, from Aunt Dellie in Promise.
Oh, are you looking for Kianna, her goddaughter?
That's right.
Oh, I know her. She's real nice. I know the farm she works at, but it's part of another pact. We call our farms that work together kind of hand in hand pacts. I have a couple over here that I work with. Her farm's not part of mine though. It's part of another one, but I helped her get set up there. Um, but our packs don't interact very often. We see each other in town, but we don't normally work together that much. We all kind of have our forte on what we do, and our stuff is kind of similar, so we wouldn't really be mutually beneficial to each other, so we just kind of keep our business apart. But yeah, hmm, she's been well, she's been kind of odd. Last time I saw her, seemed like she had her mind on something, on things other than farming. Um, but I did see her a couple weeks ago when she came down here to trade for some tools. She was kind of embracing her life up there, and um, she spoke of her friend Cully coming to coming to join her farm. I don't know, but
Holly, you said.
mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
You guys all remember that Cully was her friend who was drowned.
Yes.
So
All right. Thank you for that information. Um,
you see that Ward, your friend who did not assist in combat, uh, speaks up and kind of regales you somberly with the story of the child's death to kind of educate Uncle Polder, and says that they were the one responsible for adding the drowning to the awakening song. And you see that Uncle Polder looks kind of he looks surprised. Um, she kind of talked about Cully like it was a close friend that was coming up today, but I mean, if he died a long time ago, I don't really know. I don't really know about that, but I don't know. It's been a long couple of weeks. But anyway, dinner's ready. Feel free to make yourselves at home and eat your fill. Um, I'm gonna go and rest and relax a little bit. Um, so he's gonna go over here and sleep. And you guys can have dinner. You can kind of rest, recuperate a little bit. You see Lady Dre and Tungsten Ward both do the same. They kind of eat and then they'll go and um, find a place to rest without issue. And you guys mechanically will take a long rest here if you want to, or you can keep pushing through. But you have the ability to long rest here as he lets you stay as long as you want.
I think a nap would be good.
All right.
My fingers seem to be a little stiff, a little cold.
Yeah. But also, I think here we'll take a real life break for like 15 minutes. And then when we come back, we will do the rest. So,
All right.
all right. Pausing.
Be back
Sounds good.
in 15.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
And go.
All right. So we are back. You guys were able to long rest. You have all of your hit points back, all of your spell slots back, all of your stuff back, all your hit dices. And as you guys sleep, you sleep a little later than you may have thought. It's at this point it's like 10, 11 in the morning. The sun never really got truly bright. It's kind of like dim light, kind of everywhere. Like you can see, but it's not the brightest everywhere that you go. It's You're not blinded or anything. It's just the light is hanging pretty low. So as you guys awake, Uncle Polder has food ready for you guys and packs you some travel rations. Nothing too fancy, but packs you guys some stuff, and then tells you where he believes that Kianna's farm is, because he knows where it is. He was helping her before, so Uncle Polder points you in the direction, which confirms it in the specific region that the quest giver Aunt D told you to go. So he confirms where it is in that region, and make sure your horse is watered and fed, and wishes you guys the best. And Lady Dre grabs Tungsten. Um, they hop in the wagon, and whenever you guys are ready, they are ready for you, and you guys can take off.
Sounds good. The rations, do we just add one to our rations?
Yeah,
or
you can
something?
just add one to your rations.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. And then I'll head outside.
Okay. Anything you guys wish to do before you leave?
Um, did I hear Shars playing the flute at the festival?
Roll a history check.
15.
You heard some flute. It might have been from him, but it was in that general direction, but you don't know for sure.
So as we're walking out, I will tap Shars on the shoulder.
Yeah,
Tap, tap.
yes, I see how that might be startling.
Well, I mean, now you know. Were you playing music yesterday?
Attempting to. Little
Uh,
something to try to remind me of home.
Oh, well. And she will dig into her bag and she pulls out a bright silver flute herself and say, ironically, we have that in common. This is one of the few things I have from my homeland, and I tend to play mine to remind myself of home. Maybe one day we can play together.
That would be nice. Maybe once we get back to someplace not so bright. Though the sun does look a little more friendly today.
I don't know, it's kind of dreary.
Isn't it beautiful?
Sure. And she like looks at her flute and then looks at his flute and looks back at her flute and she realizes we are very opposite people.
So you guys all load
Zero
up.
for one agrees with the dreary weather.
You guys all load up into the wagon, and Lady Dre takes the reins, and you start going. You guys, I will move you to bang here. So you guys are. The land doesn't look like this. I just needed a map for travel, but you guys are on the main road, and you are a couple miles away at this point from Uncle Polder's house. And you see that the open fields have all but vanished behind sparse woods at the far edge of the Rattle, which is where you are. The air smells stagnant and carries the taste of metal. Through the trees, multiple small farmhouses hunch amid a patch of green fields. Suddenly, the ground begins to shake, causing the road ahead to ripple. It almost looks like a pebble was dropped in water and the water ripples, but it's the ground just rippling. But just as quickly as it started, the shaking fades away. Everybody go ahead and roll me nature checks.
That is ground. It
Um,
shouldn't be rippling.
Emma's like, that's fine. That's normal.
Sharis and Zero, you realize it likely wasn't an earthquake, but something more localized, maybe. Maybe something collapsed or moved underground. And as you guys are like kind of trying to figure out what it is, both Lady Dre and Proclaimer Ward kind of cut you guys off and like, oh, yeah, occasionally bullets trouble the farmers around here. And they just keep driving like it wasn't anything.
That's
Occasionally.
fantastic.
What?
Bullets.
What is what is that?
It's a big underground monster that digs holes a lot, and it's real strong, and it's really hard to kill.
Oh, okay.
I do not recommend.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea not to recommend. Good to know.
So you guys continue your drive. Boop, 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 boop. And after about 10 minutes, you feel the ground start to shake again. Um, Everybody make, for me, DC 15 and dexterity saving throws.
Um, sorry, I was gonna ask in those. It's
Mhm.
funny that you said 10 minutes exactly. I was gonna ask if I could cast detect magic as a ritual spell, if that changes anything.
It does, and you don't detect any magic, bar what's on your
Okay.
peoples.
Okay, fair.
You don't. The ground just starts shaking, and then dexterity save.
Dexterity save.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, Lady Dre manages to pull the horse out the way, and as she's kind of yeeting the horse out the way, you guys see that this see if I can get to where I need to be. This hole, this 10-foot hole opens up, and Brooke and Sharis, you guys fall into it, and it's 10 feet down. So you guys both take 4 falling damage as you guys fall in. And as you guys fall in, you feel yourselves getting accosted by something. Um, and you two are at the bottom of this 10-foot hole. And you guys, as you look around, you feel like there are bugs that are crawling on you, but then they don't feel like bugs. They feel too thick. They feel too big. And as you look as they're crawling up your legs, scratching at you, you see there are 4 crawling hands crawling up your legs. I need you guys to roll initiative, as this is what you see crawling up your legs. There are 4 of them. I'm gonna move you out the way here for a second because I need this one. But
I seriously roll well, and you're just like, nah, screw that rolling well, bull.
all right.
Brooke, come join me in the hole. It's nice and safe down here.
So I'm gonna put you basically here between the 2 of them. You're basically here between the 2 of them. And the rest of you are up on top of this hole, and you can see these claws crawling around them. So this first claw is just gonna try and attack you, Brooke. It's does a 7 hit as it tries to slash onto you?
No.
All right, 0. You are still in the wagon, but you saw your 2 compadres fly out of it, fall down this hole, and Lady Dre is like trying to keep the horse from driving the wagon into the hole. What would you like to do?
I would like to take the length of rope from my backpack that I have, and I think I kind of want to dash so that I'm gonna run around this rock and kind of create an anchor point, and then throw the end of the rope down here.
Okay.
And
Cool.
I'm gonna yell, "Sheriff, grab hold!"
All right. Cool. So you can do that as some of your movement and your action, no problem. So now, Sheriff, if you want to try, anyone who wants to try and climb out, you would have advantage on the checks to get out. All right. So the crawling claw, the other one that's down here by Brooke, it's gonna try and punch you. It makes a fist, and like the thing from Adam's family, just tries to punch you right in the face. With 9 damage, as it just socks you in the jaw, Brooke. Sheriff.
Okay. Not a fan at all,
Mhm.
and so.
Can't believe I crit on a fist punch with just a hand.
Hey, that's just so rude.
And I rolled max damage too. It's just disrespectful.
When you twin a spell, does that cost 2 spell slots or just the one?
It would just cost the one.
Just the one.
Mhm.
Okay.
It just costs the
Um,
equivalent in sorcery points to whatever level you're doing it from.
Okay. And
Yes.
okay, and then it's like one per level.
It says on your thing what it is.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I do apologize for this.
No,
I've never played a
you are
sorcerer.
fine.
Yeah.
It's I'm pretty sure.
Equal to the spell's level.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So, uh, I am not happy at all, and so I'm going to can't do that. Then I'm going to basically just like pull both my hands up and like almost like Palpatine try to like lightning fry the two hands right in front of me.
All right.
So just
So you're
shocking grasps.
twinning. Got it.
Yeah,
All right.
twinning, shocking grasp.
Roll me to that hits. That hits. Okay.
7 and 3, so left to right.
You kill them both. As you just you see the hands, the flesh bubbles up and broils and bubbles, and then just like you're popping zits, the skin just explodes, and you just have two skeletal hands left over.
Nope. And he's just like hands are still just like locked out in front of him, like.
It's like you grab them like you're holding hands with them as you shocked them, and you still have the skeletal hands locked around your fingers. Emma.
All right. So I'm gonna peek over the cart. I'm gonna like scamper into the front seat and peek over the cart. I'm gonna point to this one here. And I need that one to make me a dexterity saving throw for Sacred Flame. Why you keep passing my dex saves? This is rude.
It's a hand, man. It scampered out the way.
Rude. That is the end of my turn.
Brooke.
Let's see. Yeah, sure. I'll cast Primal Savagery and give myself corrosive teeth
Ooh. All right.
and make me a spell attack.
All right. On which one?
That's a good question. This one.
Okay. Yes, that hits it for 1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was the lowest possible damage. It looks real bad.
That's funny.
All right. The one that you just bit is gonna try and claw you.
Yep.
21 slashing damage, or 4 slashing damage, 21 to hit. That's its turn. 0.
I'm gonna probably run over to the other side here and oh.
It's alright. The grid. You can hold Alt and
That's
move
fine.
yourself to wherever you need to be.
No, it's fine. As long as we know that I'm basically looking down the hole, and I'm gonna aim for the one over here with Ray of Frost.
I like it.
I am just casting it, but I'm not doing anything with it. That is all.
All right, man. Your Rays of Frost and Shock and Grasps are not
Right?
getting through.
It's a
All
rough
right.
day.
So this one is gonna kind of maneuver over here. And it's gonna try and punch the thing that just killed 2 of its brethren.
Ooh.
It basically runs up the leg and jumps off the shoulder of Brooke and tries to punch you in the face, Charis. For 13?
Misses, thankfully.
He goes to hit and you just like just move out the way as this like detached hand comes to punch you in the face, and then it lands back on the ground.
I'm morning mage armor.
It's your turn.
Well, I'm just gonna do a regular shocking grasp back on it now.
Okay. You grab this one by the wrist and shock the bones, and the bones, it's almost like you're making a bone broth and you cook the marrow inside of them, and then they just explode, and you get meaty hands all over you and Brooke.
Meaty hands. Okay.
Same thing, peering over the edge, except for we're gonna go with this one here. I need a deck save, please.
14.
That freaking passes because my save is 13.
It just scampers out the way.
Ah!
Alright.
And then my turn.
All right, Brooke.
All right. Yeah, I may as well try again. I'm just gonna do my druid shit. Might as well get used of it.
Okay, yeah, for sure. That hits, and you do 2 damage with it having 1 HP left. Of the 2,
Yeah.
it dies. As you have the rope down there, you guys can both climb out if you so choose.
Yes.
As you are climbing out, you see that the horse got spooked, and your wagon crashes into the hole, and both Lady Dre and Tungsten are now in the hole with the horse and the wagon and themselves. All right, well, this wagon ain't going nowhere fast, so you know, I would you know, just go on without us. We'll get this out. We'll come get you.
Oh, really? You won't need any help getting the wagon out?
Nah, you got a rope there. I got a rope back here. We're 2 strong, powerful women. We got it.
Okay, so am I dropping the rope from my inventory?
You can keep it in there. You'll get it back at
How
the end of
much
the game.
does the
Okay.
wagon weigh?
More than you can lift out of the hole.
Are you sure? Because I was curious. I looked up the weight of a wagon, and I can lift a wagon.
You cannot lift this wagon. It is in a
Just-
hole in a very awkward way that no single person could just yeet it out of the hole.
That's fair, but raw I could. I'm just gonna let that be known.
You could lift the weight of the wagon, not the angle by which the weight of the wagon is stuck in the hole.
Yeah, I could just yank it out.
No, you couldn't. That's not how that works in real life or raw. So, anyway, no, it's stuck in the hole. But yeah, so they're gonna start building themselves a way to get it out of there. They got it.
Perhaps the horse just instantly turned into glue.
Its feet turned into glue,
Yeah.
And it can walk out,
and it can just walk out.
right? That's what happens when horses get turned into glue. They walk out on walls.
Yeah. But yes, as you guys, they say they'll meet up with you in a couple hours once they get this out and get the horse settled, and they'll find you. They know where you're going. You guys continue walking unless you want to rest or do anything.
I am up for just moving forward. I mean, we have 2 hurt party members, but I guess we can take a short break. What is it, 30 minutes?
An hour.
An hour.
Oh, an hour. You guys want to take an hour break? You
Or
guys are hurt.
or you
It's
have
up to
other
you.
ways you can heal yourselves if you want. It's up to you guys.
Right.
Or you can keep on walking.
Do we know roughly how long it's going to take for us to get there?
About 3 hours on foot. So I mean, you could take a short rest while walking, because it's not super
Sure.
strenuous. You're just walking casually.
Oh. Okay, yeah. We can do that.
At least for this, you can.
Yeah, if that's the case, then I'm going to I'm gonna cast Balm of Peace, and I'm gonna heal. So someone gets 4 and someone gets 8. So we'll give 4 to Brooke since I was no, are you the only injured one?
I just
Yeah.
I rolled a hit die for my short rest.
Oh, okay.
So.
I'll give you 8. Keep your hit die.
Oh,
Because I would have gone by. So nope.
There you go. You could just keep running back and forth for a minute and heal them all up. So you would. Yeah, it works
I
for.
can only
That's only one
no
time?
you can only a creature can only receive this healing
Once.
only once whenever you take this action. So I can only do it once.
Gotcha. Well, Shara's got the 4 to get up to 17, and we can say the 8 goes to Brooke if you
Sure.
want.
Let's do that.
Cool. So as you guys are walking, you reach the location that Uncle Polder directed to. You find a community of farmhouses, each about an eighth of a mile apart. As you approach the nearest one, you find that the surrounding fields are overgrown and plants are rotting. Crows flit between perches on the fences, but there are no signs of people. Nearly all of the houses have been sloppily painted with a muddy red X, much like that. And the interiors of these farmhouses are utilitarian, featuring only a few rooms for sleeping and a small kitchen. You don't see any creatures within them, and the accumulation of dust makes it clear that no one's disturbed the rooms in some time. Every farmhouse shows something a little bit more wrong. And X marks the spot. And in a lot of the houses, you see that clothing and belongings are strewn everywhere, all covered in crimson mud. And in one of them, a strange image is painted on the wall in red mud. It depicts either a cluster of arms with no central body or repeating red handprints. Everybody go ahead and make perception checks for me. Okay. You don't notice anything with detect magic.
I'm too weirded out by the hands. I don't like hands
You notice
anymore.
that all of the farmhouses except one have red X's painted on it. The one that doesn't have a red X on it stands kind of near the center. And you remember Uncle Polder told you that hers was like the main house of this community. Her house is probably the biggest, and it was the most influential of this community. You see that this farmhouse appears abandoned, like the smaller houses around it, but there's no X on it. Farming implements lie abandoned in the mud, and wild plants have grown up to the house's faded wooden porch. And the crops in the surrounding fields feel sickly. And I'm actually going to move you guys over to where you need to be.
Just out of curiosity, so presumably we kind of saw these other houses, right, with the X's.
Mm-hmm.
Would we have seen any like carpenter's tools or anything of the sort?
Not
Along the way?
not in those houses.
Okay.
No, most of their stuff was deteriorated and not really usable. Like it hadn't been used
Oh,
in a
okay.
while.
Nothing I can mend.
But you guys find yourselves here. And you see that this house's yard is muddy red clay with several rusty shovels and rakes lying scattered about. You see up here near this corner, there's a pitchfork stuck into the earth. And if you look a little bit closer, you see that it's stuck through the severed hand of some younger looking person. The hand doesn't look very old. It doesn't look very calloused or very leathery. It looks to belong to that of probably a young person. And with your guys' checks earlier, you can tell that the plants are sick because something's wrong with the soil, because soil's not normally red and clay-like. You also notice that there are raised paths through the dirt, like mole tunnels, but you don't see any creatures. Yeah.
Do I know the crude symbol that was drawn on the walls of the other places?
It's just an X.
Oh, okay. I thought it was thought it was like a drawing or something like that.
Nope, it is just an X.
What did you say was like looked like a mass of hands or arms or something?
Oh, that was inside one of them. It looked like a. Are you talking about the? Were you talking about the strange image, Kenzie, or just the actual marking on all the houses?
The strange image.
Oh, it was that right there. But no, that's what it looked like. It didn't bring up anything specific from your knowledge bank. It just looked
Okay.
like a strange image of cluster of arms with no body or repeating red handprints. You can't quite tell. So, Brooke, as you get there, this is all the porch. These are like wooden planks that you can see, and these are the stairs leading up onto the porch.
I'm gonna go in the house.
You see, hang out there for a second. You see that porch wraps around the front, and you can see it kind of curve around the side of the house. As you step up on them, each of the planks creak ominously, one after the other. You see that right there in front of you is a window with the curtains closed from the inside. But yeah, the windows are also locked. I mean, I guess you could try and bust through them, but they're not very large. They're only about 6 inches by 6 inches for windows. But yeah,
I'll just knock on the door.
this is a window right here.
Oh, that's a window. Oh.
Yes, yes.
It looks like a door.
Let me double check because the lighting, you know, no, that's a door. Yeah, the lighting. was
Okay,
off, so
I
yeah,
will
that
knock
is
on the door.
You knock on the door. You get nothing from it, but it's not locked. You can push open if you want.
I'm not getting any magic pings at all from this place.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna follow up behind. Oh, is Emma checking something out?
Are you looking through that window over there, Emma? 'Cause
Yep.
Those curtains are also closed.
Rhodes is.
Do you want this door opened, Brooke?
Yes, axe at the ready. I will open the door.
You open the door and you just see what looks to be like the innards of a house.
Wellness check.
You say wellness check?
No.
Oh my god.
I mean, I
Jesus.
do, but I don't.
That's funny. You see a door on either side of you here, and then you can see, just because where you are, there's a door up there too.
Alright, I'll open this door.
This is a porch that wraps all the way around. All right, so you guys hang out there for a second. Shara, so you hanging out outside? You going inside? This is all a
We should-
porch.
I was just looking around. Does that look like another door down there?
Yes.
Okay. I will make a mental note of that. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I'll
Is
go
this
and,
place?
and knock on the
Sorry.
door.
It is not locked, and no one answers. But you, Brooke,
Right.
the three of you hear a knock from a door around the corner. But Brooke, none of you see this other door. You just hear a knock coming from around the corner.
I will push my way in then.
What was your question?
Is the inside dark or is it like well lit enough such that we don't have to worry about any darkness?
It is. There are no lights lit, really.
Okay. Could I say that I used my magical tinkering on like 2 rocks and my shield?
Sure, we can do that. I will.
Okay.
You still have the 5 and the 5 on you, so right now you're getting. I think you're still getting all the light from Emma. So I mean, if we want to do the 5/5 later, I can add those tokens back on there. But for now, we'll just if you guys split far enough apart that you can't see further than that, then I'll just put them on there for you. But right now,
Okay.
with all that you would be able to see with your rocks, she can also cover with her light. So,
Okay.
all right. So Brooke, you want to open that door?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So you kick this door open, and as you open this door, you see there's a bed and a writing desk for a single person. Most of the space is neat and orderly, but the desk is strewn with art supplies and scraps of paper bearing fragmented images. You see that there is also a small chest against the wall, and piles of papers.
Ah, a chest, you say?
Mhm.
I don't care for traps, so I will just open it.
Okay. It was unlocked, and you see that it holds work clothes sized for a woman. Go ahead and roll me a investigation check.
Ah, yes. Intelligence, my best skill.
You find some overalls with stuff in the pockets, but feels like there's holes in the pockets, but you don't really find anything else.
So the stuff in the pockets is holes.
There are holes in the pockets. There may have been stuff in there before, but you don't find anything in the pockets right now. All you see in this room is just piles of papers on this desk.
Intrigued. I don't care.
All right. We'll go here then. Emma, are you going into 3, or what is your plan?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Opening the
So
door if
you
it's
open the
unlocked.
door to 3, and as you walk in, you see that the furniture in this room is haphazardly arranged and look close to falling apart. Beneath, the floor is covered in hundreds of handprints painted using crimson mud. You see that the art style here is similar to that of the picture that Aunt Dellie showed you that she found in Promise. And make me a perception check, please.
Perception. Perception. There we go. That's better.
You notice that there's a break in the pattern under this chair. And as you move up to the chair and kind of slightly move it out the way, it reveals a muddy depiction of 2 children. One of them is reaching for the other, who is being dragged into the water by large hands. Scrapes in the muddy image form the name Cully. It seems to be a larger picture of what you saw on the note that Aunt Dellie showed you that she found off that body in Promise.
Is the one that's you said there's 2 kids in this image?
Yep, there is
So-
one that's reaching for the other, and the one that is being reached for is being dragged into the water by large hands, and it says Cully underneath it in the mud.
Got it.
All right, Zero, we'll go to you.
I guess I'm gonna check this door out, kind of have my shield up, and then I'm gonna open it slowly and peek inside.
Okay, shield up, it is unlocked. And as you open the door, you see a long plain table, a wooden sideboard, and several chairs lie shattered on the floor with the debris streaked with crimson stains. Sorry, I had to find the right button. But you see that it looks ransacked, and red mud covers the furnishing on the floor.
Okay. I'm gonna throw one of the rocks into the center of the room, and then I'm gonna do as much investigation as I can from the doorway first.
You can see what I've described, but if you want to investigate through more thoroughly, you have to go in to actually be able to look in the cupboards and the table and all that stuff. But everything I have described, you can see even without doing an additional check.
Okay, so like looking up, looking down, it doesn't look like there's something hiding in the shadows.
No. You just see from where you are a long table, a wooden sideboard, and several chairs lying on the floor, and then the debris that's in this room, because it looks like it's been ransacked. There's red mud covering all the furnishings on the floor.
Okay. Now I will do a proper investigation, now that I am convinced that there isn't something out here to kill me yet.
Okay. Roll me a DC 16 investigation check.
Okay, and I will give myself guidance on this, please.
Sure.
And drop detect magic.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm not gonna make it.
Nope. As you start to investigate more closely, and you start to listen a little bit more closely, you hear what sounds like scratching. And as you pull your head under the table, you see clinging to the bottom of the table, there are 6 crawling hands.
Mother.
You couldn't see them, and they were quiet until you got there.
Nope, that's fair. Yep, that's fair.
And you rolled a natural one, so you know. So I'm gonna throw them all into initiative, and Zero, you throw yourself into initiative, and then what we'll do is Sharis will do your thing, and then we'll go to initiative for this stuff. So everyone can just roll initiative, but we're gonna do Sharis's stuff real quick here too, and then I'll put on the fun music. 1, 2, 3. Sharis, roll me some initiative, please. 6, cool. All right, so we will do. What is your plan? What are you wanting to do?
Well, I was gonna go open this door and look inside here, but I probably wouldn't if I. Does Zero make any noise at all?
I would
Or is-
assume he yells shit as he sees 6 hands. So
Basically, yeah.
Okay, then I'll forego opening this and just
Okay.
say that like I was going to, but then when I hear that, I like turn and basically freeze as I wait for my turn in initiative.
sounds good to me then. All right. So, these crawling hands are going to attack. This one is going to crawl its way over here, and it's gonna take a claw attack at you. Does a 14 hit?
It does not.
So it goes to slash at you, but you hold your shield up and it slashes right off of it. Brooke.
Okay, we're in actual initiative.
Yes.
All right. Okay. I shift.
Excellent.
Good old Shifty McShifterson. 5, 10, 15. Can I like
You
shove
can
my way
you
in?
can basically get in the room by getting around them. Yep.
All right. So.
More
okay,
finger
so
food in here, Brooke.
10, 15.
I need to move you in
I-
there, don't I? Bang.
No,
I'll put
no,
you.
no,
I'll put
no,
you
I
there.
can get in.
Just all right, cool.
I was just figuring out my movement.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I didn't know if you could, so you can put yourself wherever you need to put yourself. But...
5, 10, 15. Okay, yeah, that's. Hold on, I'm sorry.
You had 15 feet when you were right
5,
here, so
10.
you basically you're at 25 feet to get to anywhere on left or right of 0. So
I'm at 25 right now.
in that square, yes, that one or the one the hand is in. So you're at 25.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stay here.
Okay.
And I will reckless attack. Oh, but this is such a perfect opportunity. But no, I'm not going to. I'll reckless attack the one in front of me, directly in front of me.
Okay.
15.
You cleave through this one, and I'm gonna say the one right here, your axe carries over to, and you do 1 damage to that one.
Well, hey.
And is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. This crawling claw, the one that you just hit, is gonna try and slash at you. It's gonna miss. So this other crawling claw is right on the other side of you, and it's gonna try and punch you, and it's gonna miss. 0. You see all these hands.
I see all these hands, and I'm glad we have an animal with us. I will try to shock this guy over here.
The guy to your left.
Yes.
Got it. All right.
Shocking grasp.
You grab it by the wrist bone that you see at the top right there, and you go to shock it, but the hand quickly flips over, grabs onto your forearm, crawls up your chest, and then back down your ankle, and it doesn't have any effect on it as you miss.
Ah, damn. Okay. Then I will... I guess I'll just hold my ground there.
Okay.
I've got backup now.
Alright, so this claw is going to creep forward and try and hit you, 0, since you're the one that discovered them. A 7, which will probably miss. Alright, MMA.
Alrighty, I am back here in this room. Oop.
I just had a
Sorry.
funny joke into my head. MMA sounds like MMA, the fighting, and you are terrible with martial weapons. There you go.
I am. Yes. Maybe I should have taken
Ha!
a
We
break
had the same thought.
I was literally typing it out.
Anyway, your turn.
I hate all of you. 5, 10, 15, 20.
And I just
25,
want you to know that
30.
you can't see this.
Well, she could see 0, but sees no hand.
I can see this
Oh,
hand.
you can see hands now, yeah.
Can I throw at these hands?
Sure, what are you trying to throw with the hand?
Just my mace.
Oh, yeah, sure, you can try and squish him.
God, fuck.
There is no peace.
MMA can't throw hands. Fact.
No.
Anything else on your turn?
No, I used all my movement to get there, so that will be the end of my turn. I'm
Um,
trying to like squeeze it. I'm like, move out of the way.
This one's going to crawl over here, jump into this corner where there's space, and it's gonna try and punch you here, Brooke. Nope. Sharis, you see Emma trying to throw a mace through the door. You hear some combat going in there, but you know.
I mean, I'm guessing it's gonna have some extra cover, but can I see that one on the table?
Yeah, it's half cover if you're doing a spell cast at him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit it with a ray of frost.
All right, so its AC goes up by 2.
Come on.
All right, you hit it.
Yay!
You freeze it. You just make a hand sickle,
Tasty.
a frozen hand pop.
I'll offer it to Brooke later.
All right, this crawling claw is gonna try and crawl up and punch 0. Nope. Brooke. I will say if you can only cleave stuff that is immediately beside each other. So if you rolled through, you could effectively cleave both of these guys, but you wouldn't be able to cleave one and then one on the corner over there. So
How do you know that Zero's not my enemy?
I don't. I'm just saying if you're going by hands.
Exactly. So I have 2 cleaving targets right now.
It's true. You did
I
it.
can cleave on either side.
It won't kill him. He's fine. Take it.
All right.
Watch me crit this one for like 50 damage.
Is that the one you're going for?
No, I'm gonna go for the other side.
Okay.
I would have
If,
laughed.
now, if this is a crit, that'd be funny.
You hit it, and you take them both out because they only have 2 HP, so it takes out this one and this one.
That's what we like.
Yeah. This crawling hand is gonna try and attack 0. For 6, as it crawls up and just
Well-
uppercuts you in the
Ah,
face.
shit.
Well, I guess maybe I should have specified who would got a crit.
That's its turn. 0, it's your turn.
All right, which one just critted on me?
The one
This
directly?
guy?
Yeah, that guy.
I use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
Okay, you scrawny little shit.
It dies. That only had 1 HP left, so
7
It
hits
was
it?
worth it.
no, hit it with a 16 first.
Oh, okay.
It
It,
rolls
it was
like-
advantage.
anything else in your turn?
That's it.
All right, Emma.
Alrighty, I'm gonna step into the room. 5, 10. I'm gonna go here to this door, and I'm gonna try to take a swing at this guy.
Okay,
12.
you kill it.
Yay!
You just hit it, and you break all of its knuckles. So yeah, you guys have. We'll just stay in initiative for a little bit, because you guys are already here. We'll finish out this round of initiative. Sharis, what is your plan?
Dude, I'd like to open this door, please.
All right.
I swear to God. I swear to God,
As
Chandler.
as you
I would like
open.
to close the door, please.
Too late. The kitchen's been torn apart. Pots and pans are scattered everywhere, and rotting food streaks the floorboards. You see in the center of the room 4 enchanted farmers stand facing each other, their crimson eyes unblinking, each holding a sharp knife or some other farming tool. But they just kind of stand there. And they all kind of turn and look at you, and they're just staring. They don't seem like they are making any type of moves.
Alright, so I used. Can we say that I used 5 feet of movement to open the door?
Sure.
Okay, so that was 5, 10, 15, 20. Can I use 5 more feet of movement to close the door?
I deleted the door, so the door fell off its hinges. But,
Control Z.
I know. But I don't...
To be fair, I did the same thing in the pyramid
It's
game. and
also, yeah, it's also not been working for me today. My Control Z has been not working. But
Okay, so
I can here. I'll just copy one from somewhere else.
no, that's fine.
I can
that's
close
fine.
the door. It's fine. Let me make one for you.
There's a door in the middle of the room. Okay, never mind.
See, you close the door. They seem to still have no reaction. They just kind of stand there.
I back up one and I say,
You
there's
do.
some farmers over
I
here.
will say that you did see in there, though, as you quickly looked around the ransacking, that there was a large cupboard standing open, a bunch of foodstuff and supplies all over the floor, and you saw there seemed to be a another door in that room that you did not open, but it was in there immediately to your left, like 5 feet around the corner, right there. So.
Okay,
But the
I
farmers
back
didn't
up-
seem to make any kind of moves towards you one way or the other.
I back up and I say, there's some possessed farmers in there, but they don't seem aggressive. And then that'll be my turn.
All right, Brooke.
Okay. 5, 10. Was it this door?
Yes.
Yes. Sheriff's nods.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You want
And,
to open the door?
Yeah, I will. I'll dash and spend some movement to open the door.
You open the door and you see the farmers just kind of standing there. They don't seem to be doing anything other than standing there creepily with their red eyes holding weapons. But they don't seem to move. They don't react to the door opening. They don't react to anything. You see a door here, as well as everything else I had described. But they don't seem to be doing anything.
Interesting. Okay, I'll open that side door.
Okay, as you kind of like do the old, oop, let me get past you, oop, Midwest kind of thing, you open the door and you can see there is another room in there. And you said you dashed, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll say that you can scoot in past them, and you see that there is a trap door in what looks to be a pantry that seems to go down to a basement. And you have enough movement that if you want to follow that trapdoor down, you can 100% do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sharis, you see Brooke go in through the other door that was in there past the farmer. Farmers don't seem to react to him in there at all. And then, Brooke, you end up down here. And we'll say you end your turn there, but you do see that there are shelves bearing root vegetables and other foodstuffs lining the walls of this unfinished cellar. You see that the south wall here is partially collapsed, revealing a dark, narrow tunnel. And we'll actually come out of initiative now, unless you guys decide you want to attack those guys, the farmers that are in there. But yeah, so Sharis, you saw them go in there, and the other two are still in the other room.
I come over and I'm like shocked, but like try to be quiet. There's farmers, but Brooke just went into the basement and they don't seem like they attacked him. So maybe we can just walk past?
I'll lead.
And then
It's worth a shot.
I will follow suit and try to like sneak past and like squeeze through and
Okay, so let me move you guys down here real quick. Since I got it. Since you guys are all moving down here, I will move you to where you're. Stop moving!
No, serpentine.
Stop it. All right. So stay there. So as you guys get down there, you all see the shelves bearing the vegetables and other food stuff lining the walls of this unfinished cellar. The south wall has partially collapsed, revealing a dark, narrow tunnel. What are your guys' passive wisdom?
Mine's 14.
Perception?
Passive perception, yeah.
11.
Can I also do, before they get down here, can Brooke rummage through the shelves and see if you can find canned bacon? Everyone needs canned bacon in their storage.
There is not canned bacon.
Damn.
Is there canned whole chicken?
Yes. There is canned whole chicken. Emma, you were the only one that notices it as you get down here. As you see Brooke rummaging the through the shelves, but you you all notice um, that the smell down here is terrible. But Emma, as you're kind of pushing through the smell, you hear the faint sound of a woman singing coming from far down this tunnel. You see the end of the tunnel, but you imagine it goes further, but you hear the faint sound of a woman singing.
That's strange. There's a voice down there. It's very faint, but it sounds like song, I guess.
I'm sure that's perfectly fine.
I would not be so certain. And I will pull out my mace and slowly start, and my shield and slowly start making my way down the hall.
Okay. As you move through the tunnel, you hear the volume of the song starting to increase, and you guys recognize it as part of the awakening song that you overheard in Promise. This part of the song tells the story of a young man named Cully, rather than its usual content. Hang out there for 1 second. Where the boy dies by drowning, the song has been sloppily rewritten to feature Cully being saved by his closest friend. You can keep moving now. As you move around the corner, you see that the tunnel opens into a. You can hang out there for 1 second once you guys get around the corner. Into a lantern-lit, packed dirt chamber where the cause of the stench becomes apparent. A dozen bodies lie strewn across the floor, all wearing clothes of farmers. Many of their limbs have been cleanly removed and set into a sizable pile on the far side of the cavern. In the center of the room, a young woman is singing. You see that these bodies are all wearing farmers' clothing, and they seem to be likely the surrounding farmers, save for Kianna, um, which is you assume to be this lady. You see that she looks like she's in a dream state. She's holding a knife loosely, but her eyes are not crimson like the other farmers who we've seen. She stops singing as soon as she sees you approach her, Emma, and goes, "Please, you should not be here."
It's all right. We've been sent by the townsfolk to bring you home.
Huh. Why would I go I am home. I'm home. Cully's here. He came back after I lost him in the lake. It was so good to hear him again. He's back. Um, yes. I think you should
Well,
leave.
he's not your only family. Your mom misses you terribly.
Well. Well, well, it's. You see that she kind of gets sad for a second. Aunt Dellie she can do without me. She's fine.
Uh,
Cully came back.
she can't. She misses you tremendously. Even just the smallest memory of you makes her sad and weep. She wants you home. And it's not to say that you can't come visit. I fully support that. But I do think it's very important that you go home and at least tell her that you're okay.
I can't. I have to keep watch on Cully. He's resting. I have to get back to singing to keep him asleep. You know.
It's fine. He can nap without you here. We'll just go back. We'll let her know that you're okay, and then you can come back here and hang out with your friend. Though I do think you've been spending a little bit too much time here, so maybe a healthy balance between family and friends is super important. So let's talk about that on our walk back.
Um. Well. No. I have to stay here. I have to keep protecting Cully. I saved him from drowning, and yeah. I need to stay here with him. Um. You guys can all make insight checks for me.
Definitely sus.
Everybody except for Zero notice that every
Oh.
time that she speaks of Cully, her eyes kind of dart over here to the pile of limbs and bodies. I can't. I can't leave with you. I must stay here. You see that she seems a little scared and a little nervous and confused.
Everything will be fine. Let's go. I have some nifty chocolate. I got some amazing fruits from the festival. Let's go and just go for a brief walk outside, get some fresh air. We'll munch on some snacks. Let's get everything figured out. And I will just like very slowly approach her and just offer her a hand.
She does not seem like she is willing to go with you.
Please come with us. Everything is going to be so much easier this way. And you can come back and take care of your friend after you've checked in with your aunt.
My friend is okay. My aunt will also be fine.
If your friend is okay, but we know for a fact that your aunt is not, that's more reason for you to come with us.
You can try and take her, but she does not seem like she is willing.
I will reach out and very gingerly take her hand, and if she jerks away, I want to try to grab it and hold on to it.
Go ahead and make contested athletics checks. So you do athletics and she'll roll athletics or acrobatics, but they're all the same for her. They're all 0, so I'm just gonna
14.
7. You can grab her.
I got her.
And do you start dragging her away?
I start pulling her in the direction that we came. Just very, very calmly, just like, we need to go. Everything's gonna be fine. Let's go.
As you begin starting to drag her, Brooke, Zero, and Sheris, you see the pile of body parts over here starts to move. It starts to shake, and all of the limbs start to come alive. And this is what you see as it comes to.
Alex.
What?
The fuck is this?
I need everybody to roll initiative as this thing.
Soul shaker. Not a zombie clot. I'm disappointed.
I mean, it's not like a zombie clot. It's a CR freaking 5 or 6 or something.
I was really hoping for a zombie clot.
Was my magic weapon cast valid?
I didn't even know that you cast because I didn't see it on there. On Brooke's weapon, is it a range or do you have to touch it?
I was next to him.
Oh, yeah, sure, that's fine. You can cast it on him. So that's a concentration spell, correct?
The way it's cast with mark of making, it does not require my concentration.
Interesting. Interesting. Cool. All right, Emma, you are up first. You have a hold of Kianna.
Okay, would I have to use an action to try to move her?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to move her essentially behind me.
Oh, you just want to shift her around behind you?
Yeah.
Yes, you can do that.
Okay, so will it cost an action, or can I just defer my movement to move?
I'll say you could just use all of your, like half your movement to kick her around back there. To move around you.
Okay.
And move her to like right there.
Yeah, I want to put her here.
Okay. Oh, like right here?
Yep.
Alright, so there's the magic weapon spell for you, Brooke. Alright, so you use your half your movement to just move her around. And then what else is your turn?
Awesome. So I take kind of a protective stance in front of her, and I pull out my mace and I point it towards Zero, and I point it towards Brooke, and I say, Sehanine be with you both, and I'm going to cast a emboldening bond.
Ooh.
So as long as you two are within 30 feet of each other, you can add a d4 to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw each turn. You only get it once per turn. So it's like a lighter version of bless. So if you go to hit something and you miss, or you feel like you miss, you can roll a d4, but if you get hit with something that needs a saving throw, you can't use it again. So it's once per turn.
What?
All right. Basically, you get a D4 to
You have a
attacks.
d4 you can use once anytime during your turn. Hi.
Okay.
Yeah, for ability checks, attack rolls, it's bless, basically.
So it's once turn bless. Got it.
Yep.
Um,
And that is the end of my
for
turn.
10 minutes. All right, Brooke, it is your turn. Your weapon is glowing magically, and you feel emboldened.
Alright. Bonus action. Rage.
All right, cool.
And I'm gonna come up to this sucker.
All right.
And I am gonna normally smack it.
Okay. So you'll have a +1 to your attacks and your damage.
Oh, whoops, that's 2 to that, because I forgot to turn on rage.
Okay,
it's
so
16.
that does hit. So 16 damage. Got it.
No, it's 14. I appropriately added the +1 to everything.
Oh, okay.
I modified my weapon in D&D.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
So it is a total of
15.
15. Cool. All right. Sounds good to me. All right. Anything else on your turn? You bonus actions, you
Nope.
actions. All right.
Yep.
All right. Sharis.
Okay. This might be stupid, but I want to try and see. I'm going to try to hit it with a chill touch.
Okay.
18.
That does hit, but the damage will not be as strong as you think.
Okay.
Well, it can only take one, so
Okay. In question, is this thing undead?
you would assume so.
Okay. So it has disadvantage on attack rolls, and it also can't regain health until the start of my next turn.
All right. A disadvantage on attack rolls
Against me.
against you. Okay, cool.
Against me.
All right, 0.
In case it decided to squeeze past everything else to do the thing that did 1 damage.
All right. This spell does it fizzle if we get more than 30 feet from each other at any point, or just if I end my turn? Does it?
You must be within 30 feet of each other in order for it to be activated.
Okay.
Active, it drops. If you are in 30 feet of each other, you do not get it back.
Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash, and I will see what I can do here. Is there any wiggle room between that monster and the wall that I can squeeze through?
No, you won't be able to get behind him.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna support Brooke up here in the front.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use Shocking Grasp.
All right. That just hits.
Cool. For 3 damage.
Okay.
And it can't take reaction, so I will take a step back.
All right. Cool. All right. That's its turn now. Since you're right in front of it, it's going to go ahead and try and hit you here, Brooke, with a crushing grasp for 23 to hit for 14 bludgeoning damage
Reduced.
to 7. I need you to make. Let's see. You are grappled automatically, so it's then going to use a bonus action as you are grappled, and you start to feel the vitality being consumed from your person. I need you to make for me a DC 14 con save. You feel the life essence being sucked away from you, but you are able to resist its pull. And you are still grappled, but yes. So you are grappled by it. Amma.
All right. Let's see. So I'm thinking that we're gonna do some bonus action stuff.
Okay.
And we are going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Spooky.
Yes. And we are gonna drop this shiny stuff right here. Hable.
All right.
For flavor, it's gonna go right there. Hable.
All right. That's cool.
And we're gonna try to hit it with the sparkly.
Okay. You hit it, and the spiritual force energy just doesn't quite coalesce quick enough to damage it, as it just kind of permeates around it.
Bummer. Well, I want that thing to make me a dexterity saving throw for Sacred Flame. Dang you!
It's got a -1. I don't know what else you want me to tell you.
I want you to roll lower. That's what I want you to tell me. Be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't roll a 15.
All right.
I rolled a 13.
That your turn?
Alright, that is the end of my turn, yeah.
All right. Brooke, you are currently grappled, but
Yes.
that's the only condition that is on you right now.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna try and smack him with my great axe. I don't plan on moving. I'm gonna reckless.
Okay. Uh, 17 does hit. For 14 damage. Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it.
All right. Sharis.
All right. So, I summoned the spectral hand underneath and grabbed its stomach and pulled it down. But I'm going to create a small glowing orb of fire within my hand and hurl it at it. Because I'm going to try to hit it with a fire chromatic orb.
Ooh, spicy. Do it.
Oh, sorry, I gotta change that to fire, and then...
Unfortunately, it does not connect. Is that your turn?
That is my turn, yes.
All right. 0.
Okay. I'm gonna step in again, right here, and I will attempt to shock it again.
Okay.
What do we roll?
That does hit for 1 damage.
Tickle it.
You basically give it a spicy high five.
Basically.
All right.
All right. And actually, is this a tunnel back here?
I'll tell you, the tunnels are just underground stuff. It looks like hands have crawled through them and made their way up to the surface.
Okay, so there's not enough room for me to actually hide.
No, they're basically big enough for big hands to get in, and that's it.
Okay. Okay. I guess that is my turn.
All right, the Soul Shaker can only hit things and grapple them, and so since you're grappled, it cannot hit you with another Crushing Grasp. However, because you are crushing the grasp, it's going to try to consume your vitality again. So give me another DC 14 con save. It doesn't matter even if you roll that D4, because you can only get to 13. So you're going to take this much necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum is reduced by an amount equal to this amount. So 7. And you see that as it consumed your life energy, it seemed to get a little bit hardier. And your reduction lasts until you finish a long rest. If you get to 0, you die. As that works. And as it sucks the life away from you, it starts pounding its hands on the ground. And Sharis, you notice that these farmers, which you had left alone before, now have the red teardrops coming out of their eyes, and they are now approaching you from the tunnels. I'm going to roll initiative for all of them, because they are now under the Soul Shaker's full control in the creepy basement.
Oh, I don't like this.
Alright, and they get to go firstly. So this guy's going to push past 5, 10, 15, 20. He's just going to try and take a scimitar smack at you, sir. Does a 20 hit for 4?
It does, and I feel bad.
And it's going to move over here like it's going towards Kianna.
Might not get a whole lot of choice to move.
How are you gonna?
I need a Dex 13 save and throw. It takes half that.
It's still standing.
That's fine.
Alright, so it's just going to kind of shift around you. This other farmer is at the back, so it's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 basically. They're not super smart. They're just mind controlled. Emma, you now see that there are the farmers from upstairs who are now seemingly being controlled, and this Soul Shaker is sucking the life out of Brooke.
Oh yeah, this is a lot of fun. This is great. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna throw my oh god, what's gonna be the best way to handle this? Yeah, I'm gonna throw my my mace in the air, and I'm gonna shout to Sahanin for help, and I'm gonna cast aid, and it's gonna go to Brooke, Zero, and Sharis.
All right.
Everybody's health increases by 5, and their maximum HP increases by 5.
Cool. So you guys all heal up 5 HP, and you all get 5 added to your max. Are you gonna attack with your spiritual weapon?
You betcha I am.
Got it.
22 Chrismaka.
For sure hits.
Please take 6 points of force damage.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. Are you moving anywhere?
Can I move her to this side of me?
Sure. The farmers do not
Actually,
seem...
I'm gonna put her there.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, he does not take an attack of opportunity on her, as they all seem to be kind of worshipping, I guess would be the right word, the same creature in that Soul Shaker.
Perfect.
All right, Brooke, you are grappled. You felt some of your life essence get drained. You healed up a little bit. It's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try and advantage attack the fella.
All right. Reckless.
Yeah, sir.
All right. 19 does hit for 13 damage.
That's my turn.
All right. Sharis.
Sorry. Can you please add another 2 to the damage? I forgot that it was a 3rd level. Not a 2nd level or it was a 2nd level, not a 1st level.
Gotcha. Yep.
Okay. Well, I had thought about... That probably wouldn't help because it's different. Okay, so then I'm going to... As a question for Shadow Blade, when I make an attack, does it use dexterity or is this like a spell attack modifier? Because it doesn't say.
It'll probably be your spell
like-
attack modifier. Let me see real quick.
It says, weave together threads of shadow. This magic sword lasts until the spell ends. It counts as a simple melee weapon with which you are proficient. It deals psychic damage on the hit.
You would roll it with. You would basically do dexterity with proficiency,
Dexterity with proficiency. Okay.
and you do whatever the damage difference is on that.
Okay. Then I am going to cast that. And what is the current lighting situation in here?
You can see all around you, pretty much. I mean, it's dim light, but you can
It's dim light?
you can see. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then this will be at advantage. So I'm just going to make a. It's going to say crossbow, but it's going to be
Okay.
the shadow blade. So, and I'm attacking this one right here.
Do you want to do lethal damage or non-lethal damage?
Non-lethal.
All right, it's unconscious.
Okay.
Head 1 HP.
Okay, and then I'm going to. I'm gonna probably foolishly stay right where I'm at.
Okay. All right, 0. That's a concentration spell, right? Your Shadow Blade.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I'll mark that.
Okay, the tunnel that's led up to this point has been fairly narrow, right?
The what?
Would
head
I be
up
able
this point?
to, this tunnel over
Oh,
here,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
really narrow?
Yep.
So if I stand here, would I be able to clog any advance?
You could. You'll just be the one getting attacked, and they could try and move past you. However, like they could try and shove their way into this corner right here, but they'd have to beat you in a check to do it.
Okay, so if I stood here, they would need to...
They would still, basically they'd still end up doing the same thing. They could still try and get past you guys, but, you know.
Okay. Alright. Well, I will stand my ground here and use Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
And does this guy have any metal on him?
Nope. It looks like the same farmers as before.
Damn it.
Yep, their D4 is gone for both of you, so you have moved there and it is gone. So, you no longer feel as emboldened. You felt emboldened running there, and then you're not bold anymore. But 22 hits
Alrighty.
for 4. Okay, he's still standing. Look like it hurt though.
Okay.
All right. This farmer who's back here is just gonna kind of shift over here because it can't. Right there on the edge. He can't really force past his other friend because you're in the way too. This Soul Shaker still got a hold of you, so I need a DC 14 con save from you, Mr. Brook.
Alrighty.
You
Nice.
pass it quite easily. Yeah, you pass it quite easily. And this farmer is back here. He's gonna move up here. And then this other farmer who is right in front of you, 0, is going to try and scimitar attack you. They'll miss. Emma.
All right. I'm gonna run up behind Brooke,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna pat him on the back, and I'm gonna say, "You got this." And I'm gonna cast Heroism on you.
Ooh.
So at the start of each of your turns, you gain 3 temporary HP. They don't stack. And you have immunity to being frightened.
All right.
And
You,
then
you,
I'm gonna step
you-
back to stay in front of her.
you gonna smack a Rooney?
Yep. I'm gonna smack Rooney with the bonus action.
All right.
Hey, babe. 15.
That hits.
Awesome. 5 points of force damage.
All right. Brooke, you feel more heroic, less emboldened, but more heroic. Still grappled with this massive arms and hands.
Alright, same thing as always. Boom, turnover.
That hits for 8. All right. He's starting to look pretty hurt. Shars.
Alright, well, with 0 standing there, I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20.
You can throw the Shadow Blade, right?
Oh, but I have to be within 20 feet of it. So
Oh, that's fine.
5, 10, 15. I think I'm within range there. And then... Hacha!
What type of damage is it?
Psychic.
Oh shit. Yeah. What are you, a freaking monk or soul blade, soul knife rogue? All right, roll that damage.
12 psychic damage.
Jesus. He's looking real hurt.
Okay.
Anything else in your turn?
Nope. And similar to a Shadow Blade, or Shadow Blade rogue, the blade sort of like dissipates
All right. Zero.
my entrance.
Okay. I think I'm kind of seeing them gain the upper hand over there. I am just going to take the dodge action and just stand my ground.
Sounds good to me. All right. So that farmer's stuck. Soul Shaker's there. Same thing. Give me that DC 14 con save. You pass. It is, however, going to release the grapple and then just try and punch you again and try and re-grapple you again because it's getting nowhere with sucking the life out of you, so now it's going to try and beat the life out of you. So it releases the grapple, and with the action, because the Consume Vitality is a bonus action, it's going to try and grab you, punch you again. An 11. Fail.
No.
This farmer can't do anything because he's there, and this farmer will get disadvantage on attacks. 20 to hit you, even with disadvantage, 0 for 6 slashing damage as he stabs you or slashes at you with a chef knife. Emma.
To confirm, this guy is
He's unconscious.
he's unconscious, but he's breathing.
Yep.
Okay.
Just like the
So
farmers in the town.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm concentrating on heroism. We'll go 5, 10, 15. Can I reach past this
Yeah.
guy and try to do a smack on him?
Sure.
And smack a 22 to hit him
He's still standing.
for 3 points of piercing damage.
All right. Brooke,
And then bonus action,
do it.
spiritual weapon. KB. 24. Nice. 6 points of force damage.
How do you want your starry thing to
Ah!
beat the crap out of the Soul Shaker and
Oh,
win?
it's just impaling itself against him, and then the moon turns much like the sickles that the farmers were carrying and just slices at it.
All right. As the grapple is released, and Brooke, you heave back your axe like you're going to hit it one more time. You see that the starry weapon comes down, breaks the Soul Shaker, basically snaps all their forearms and their fingers, and it falls to the ground dead. And as soon as it's defeated, you see the eyes of all of these farmers. All the crimson kind of washes out, like they just cry it all out, and their eyes go back to normal. And Kianna kind of snaps back to it, but then collapses unconscious to the floor. And you can tell just by looking at her that she is mainly sleep deprived, and it looks like she has been doing everything she's been doing has effectively been tortuous for her. So she basically crashes out for an hour. And as she comes to, she can't really remember anything that has happened, but she does mumble a few times about glimpses of strange hands and menacing words spoken in her dead friend Cully's voice. She tells you all that she kind of blames herself for Cully's death at Cradle Lace Lake. When she heard his voice, she thought the gods might be giving her a chance to make amends. Now she just wants to go back to Promise to be with her aunt. You guys can all tell that she is no longer suffering any supernatural effects, but girl's already suffering from trauma, so you know that trauma has just been exacerbated. But we'll just speed to where you guys are going. You see that the farmers thank you all for saving them. You see that eventually the Proclaimer and your two companions traveled and make their way up to this farm with you guys and the other farmers, and they only remember snippets of the last few days. The last thing they remember really is just preparing to go back to Promise for the Awakening Festival. They also said that Kianna had been acting strangely, growing increasingly convinced that her dead friend was talking to her. They don't really have a lot of money or anything by which to reward you, but they do say that the town has a treasury that they can offer you something from, and they will travel with you back to the town, or at least one of them will. And the Proclaimer stays with the others to kind of get them back on their feet and whatnot. But you guys eventually make it back to the town. And as you get back to the town, you meet back up with Aunt Dellie. You have all of your people with you. She thanks you for ending the Soul Shaker's threat and bringing her goddaughter back, and provides you each the 200 gold that she promised you, as well as free passage on her boat whenever you please. She also then leads you over to the town treasury, where the speaker of the town is able to pull something out for each of you. For our sorcerer, Sharis, they give you a vial with some what looks like the crimson liquid that was in the farmer's eyes, but you know it to be blood. And you kind of attune to it, and you find this to be a +1 Bloodwell vial. For Brooke, they remember you getting a little bit more animalistic when you were in town helping them survive the festival, and they reward you with an insignia of claws.
Ooh.
For Emma, they recognize your tungsten more so than anyone recognizes your clerical affinity, and gives you this amulet that seems to kind of be like a universal faith-based amulet. That way it's not necessarily appealing to one god or the other. It's kind of just generally accepted, and provides you with a +1 amulet of the devout. And the person that you purchased the rundown tools from, Zero, they didn't necessarily want to sell them to you before because they didn't really know you. They didn't trust you too much. You were a new face. But after knowing what you had done for the community and for the farmers and for Kianna and Aunt Dellie, they provide you with an all-purpose tool +1 and return to you the 25 gold pieces that you spent on the used tools, but also asks for the half of the tinker's kit back so they can just sell it again.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I'll give them.
Yep. So you get your 25 gold back and an all-purpose tool +1, and then they lead you in kind of like a parade back to the giant jasper that led you guys into Godsbreath. And as you touch the jasper, you all poof, 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 all the way back to the Concord of Jewels.
Where did we get 100 gold for this?
You got 200 gold pieces each.
Oh, I missed that. Whoops.
Yep, 200 gold pieces and your items. And once you get to the Concord of Jewels, you see that the giant gem that you all traveled through to get here is once again enlarged to the medium creature size with a active portal. And as you touch that and step into that again, you guys find your way back into the DDG, and you find, kind of finishing up his day, like you guys have only been gone, it seems, for a couple of hours, but your glowbald still just partying. And he sees, you made it back. Gives you the finger guns. He is hammered at this point. But you see that he starts chanting in Draconic drunkenly, and then he's like, alright, bye, and casts teleport and poofs out. But you guys have completed Written in Bloods. You all level up to level 4, and you have acquired your items and your monies, and have had a strange day facilitated by a raving kobold. So, aka Glowbold. But that's it. You are complete. You are
Ooh.
successful.
Yay!
Yay!
Huzzah, we did it!
So yeah, everyone can say bye to YouTube if they want. Otherwise, we're done.
Bye.
Yes,
Bye.
great game as always, Alex. Everybody say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye.
Bye, YouTube.
I already said it.
Bye, YouTube. Happy dungeon delving, everyone.